fresh air. Their team put me at ease by explaining my policy and making sure I only paid for what I needed. It felt great to know I was protecting my employees while saving money. It's easy to see why Pi is rated excellent on Trustpilot by customers. If you're a small business owner, check out Pi Insurance for workers' comp. Ask your agent for Pi or see how much you can save at ineedpie.com. That's ineedpie.com.
Do you have any real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about this current real estate market? Do you need a property manager for all your rental houses? This is proud ECU alum Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty and SD Harris Properties, and I would love to help answer every question you have and show you a real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. Every step of the way, I'm here to make your dreams a stress-free reality. Call me today at 347-1857. That's 347-1857. Go Pirates!
Pirate football looks to make it 2 in a row this week as East Carolina hosts Charleston Southern. It's the Pirates Painted Gold game. Tickets start as low as $20. Celebrate Family Weekend with a Pirate victory this week at Dowdy Ficklen Stadium. Let's get rowdy and dowdy. East Carolina and Charleston Southern Saturday at 6 p.m.
You can paint this with purple.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get a 2021 GMC Sierra and save over $3,500. As always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty on all new and pre-owned vehicles.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
Burgers, wings, hand-cut, hand-breaded chicken tenders, fresh salads, and cold beer is the starting lineup at Tiebreakers and has been keeping customers happy for 20 years. Tiebreakers' family atmosphere is the perfect place to come watch your favorite team play while enjoying a great lunch or dinner. In a hurry or looking for catering options? Get Tiebreakers to go. That now includes the new curbside pickup by ordering online at tiebreakersnc.com. Tiebreakers.
There's clearly a difference.
Hi, this is Todd Mitchum with Mercer Glass, Eastern North Carolina's most complete glass company. Mercer Glass specializes in windows, shower doors, auto glass, and mirrors. We can install or repair almost anything made of glass in your home or business. So give us a call at Mercer Glass. That's 752-5101. That's 752-5101.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza. Homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, are you ready for some Warren's hot dogs? Warren's Original Hot and Judy's Mild Sweet Chili Hot Dogs have been the official hot dog of sports fans for over 30 years. Pick up a tailgate special this football season of 10 or more hot dogs for only $1.50 each. Warren's in Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports and the new Chocowinity location next to the fire department. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some. Go Pirates.
Blue 42! Blue 42! Unlike football, life doesn't take a timeout, and anything can happen at any time. Unfortunately, anything isn't always a good thing. You need auto and life coverage, and agents there for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You need North Carolina Farm Bureau insurance. Timeout, not even in our vocabulary.
Pirate fans, call Brian Coleman or CJ Messerly at 756-3007.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company. Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc. Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi. An independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
You can paint this with purple.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Hello, everyone. Welcome in to a football and a free beer Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios, coming to you today on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250, 930, online at pr927fm.com. And you can find our show visually on Facebook Live and on YouTube. Subscribe to Pirate Radio TV on YouTube, and you can check out all of the post-practice press conferences from this week and hear what Mike Houston, Donnie Kirkpatrick, Blake Harrell, and some Pirate players had to say in their entirety. That's available on our YouTube page at Pirate Radio TV. We are locked and loaded here on a Friday. A lot of guests to get to. We got Shirley Rhodes, and the big dog is filling in for Chandler today. So we got them producing today's show. Coming up at around 3:40, we'll get a Ryder Cup update with Greeny. Mark Greenhelge, also his Clemson Tigers, have a big one this weekend against NC State. We'll talk to Greeny, Mark Greenhelge from the Golf Shop Radio Show, coming up at around 3:40. At 4 o'clock, Tony Dunn will join us, coming off a Panthers win. They are 3-0. But some injuries last night in the win over Houston. We'll talk to Tony Dunn about that and make some Week 3 NFL picks. At 5 o'clock, the voice of Dowdy Ficklin Stadium, Morgan Ahlers, joins us on the Fixed NC Live line, and Brian North will get you ready for your football weekend coming up in hour number 3 as well. We got a great giveaway with Bud Light and Busch Light Apple. We got that coming up, and to kick it off, Troy D joins me inside the Pirate Radio studios. What's up, Troy?
Good to see you, Clip Rock. What a great day. What an awesome weather weekend. They're going to be fantastic for a family weekend in Greenville, North Carolina for another home game, a first home night game. Very excited.
That's right.
That. I'm fired
Under
up.
the lights.
The gold out. We will have our limited edition gold tie-dye Pirate Vibes only shirts available at Freeboot Friday coming up tonight. So if you see the Pirate Radio table, it will be to the right of the stage. It is a train wreck is performing tonight. It's free to come out. We'll have those shirts available for $20. So come on out and get one. You'll be ready to go tomorrow for the gold out.
You look good in your gold.
Joining my ice cold Diet Pepsi. Thanks to my friends at Minji's Bottling Group for their great support. Official drink of the Pirates and the official soft drink of Pirate Radio.
Excellent. Sounds good.
And I want to talk about, I heard Donnie on yesterday with you guys, well, with the media that we were there. Interesting things Donnie had to say. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
All right, sounds
a little
good.
Surprised. But let's go to the live line, shall we?
Yeah, let's head out to the Fixed NC Live line and talk to Eric Ward from ECU Marketing. He joins us today on Pirate Radio Live. Eric, how you doing, man?
Clip, Troy, always excited to have a home game weekend. How you guys doing?
This is becoming a tradition. Eric Ward at 3 o'clock before home games with Clip and Troy D.
Yeah, I kind of
like 2 for 2 on the
year. Well, you did such a good job last week, Eric. You made the cut. We invited you back.
I appreciate that.
You're more fun to talk to Ryan Robinson.
Well, I try to do the best I can in that regard. Hope that helps.
No, both you guys are great. We're just kidding. Unless Ryan's not listening, then we're being serious. All right. Let's talk business tomorrow. How are not season tickets? I'm hearing a lot of buzz, and I'm hearing ticket sales have really taken a jump this week. Obviously, the win against Marshall has created a lot of excitement. Feels like the program may be getting back on track, and also big weekend with family weekend. Used to be parents weekend in my day. Now it's everybody. Aunts, uncles, cousins, brothers, sisters. Everybody's welcome now. How are tickets going for this game against Charleston Southern?
Going extremely well. We actually had closed a business last week. We're trending on a similar rate to the South Carolina game. Maybe just a hair behind, but very well for an FCS opponent. Obviously, the win over Marshall helped. There were some, a nice little bump in some ticket sales this week, but it really will come down to the student crowd. I personally think we're going to have a tremendous student group at the game tomorrow night, and then you did hit on the family weekend. It was fun being in the operations meeting earlier this week where we learned that it's actually the largest tailgate for family weekend they've had yet. So obviously a lot of interest this year, a lot of interest in this game, and, playing under the lights for the first time always kind of brings out some extra people. So should have a very good crowd, similar to the South Carolina game from 2 weeks ago.
All right, tickets are still available for folks, ECUPirates.com. You can buy them and download them right to your phone, and you're good to go if you do not have a ticket yet. Eric Ward, once again, joining us from ECU Athletics. Eric, you guys can't control what goes on the field. That's really up to Mike Houston, the players. Y'all are responsible for everything else. Part of that everything else is concessions. We're not going to relive what happened last game. There were a lot of struggles. J.J. McLam joined us to discuss that last week. But what about the changes, adjustments? Are you guys equipped if you have 40,000 folks there tomorrow? I know there were a lot of folks called in sick or no-showed. What is the situation for fans in the concession stands going into the game tomorrow?
Yeah, JJ has been in daily meetings with Airmark Services, who provides our concessions, to cover things. I mean, I know he hit on the main areas, which were, we had a lot of no-shows. 5:30 call in the morning did not help that, but that's the nature of noon games. But we have no reason to believe that they're not going to be fully equipped and prepared for this game. We do appreciate everybody's patience. I know that was probably not the most fun, but unfortunately there really couldn't have been anything to prevent it with all the bodies that dropped out last minute. It was roughly a third of the labor force that did not show on game day. So, like I said, JJ's had daily meetings with them. He's been really on top of that over the last two weeks, helping them. So we firmly believe we're going to be in great shape tomorrow.
What about water? Fans, I know last time they were able to bring in some water. You guys allowed that. Will that be available this time?
It will not. The heat management plan, as determined by the university, kicks in somewhere in the 85-degree point. With kickoff tomorrow set to be around 75 degrees, it should be a very pleasant evening in the stadium, so the heat management plan will not be in effect for tomorrow night.
Eric Ward joining us on the Fixed NC Live Line. Eric, looking ahead, it was announced earlier today the 6 new ECU Athletics Hall of Famers, which includes former Pirate head coach and player Ruffin McNeil, also Bill Clark, Tony Paisley, Keisha Shepherdson, Jacob Smith, and Kelly Kraniak as well. And these former athletes and people will be inducted on Friday, November 5th, and they'll be recognized coming up in the Temple game during the halftime festivities on November 6th. So I saw that announced earlier today. I guess you guys are making plans for that coming up later on this season.
Yeah, it is always a really neat weekend to have Hall of Fame letter winners weekend. I mean, it does touch all sports. I think that's one of the great things about that weekend is you have members of literally every team returning to Greenville. Kind of like a homecoming for the former student athletes almost. But it's a really great Hall of Fame class. I know Coach McNeil certainly got some buzz earlier when he was announced as part of that. So, but 6 extremely deserving honorees, and we're very excited to have them on Bagwell Field November the 6th.
And Eric, I know it's just, I don't know if you know all the details, but Ruffin McNeil now working with NC State's football program. Have there been talks with him? Do you know if he's going to be able to be at that ceremony during that ECU game?
Yeah, I know that John reached out to the candidates to congratulate them and let them know that they had been inducted in the Hall of Fame, or will be, I should say, this fall. I don't know how that conversation went with Coach McNeil, but I know that obviously his role is a little bit different from what it used to be. So I really hope he will be in attendance there at that game, but I couldn't be the one to answer that for you right now.
Eric, getting back to tomorrow's event for the football game, tailgate lots, I assume you guys opened up a little early at the last game, more than normal for a noon game. What about this game? It used to be for a 6 o'clock kickoff. It would be a noon. Lots open up at high noon. Is that the situation for tomorrow?
That is correct. It will be at noon tomorrow. I got to say, I'm really glad that we did open the lots early for the South Carolina game. I can't tell you how much positive feedback that was for people who have been just dying for tailgating a Pirate game for the last 2 years to be able to do that. So sure enough, they were lined up on Berkeley and on Charles Boulevard to get into our facilities to do that. So it was really awesome to see the tailgaters out there early in the morning or 2 weeks ago.
I think that was a great move, too, for folks that want to get out there early. Go ahead and get set up. Let them go ahead and get set up, get them out of the way, out of the queue, and let the traffic move on so it doesn't back up. I thought that was a great move by you guys, and I hope y'all do that again if we are stuck with another noon kickoff. Hey, I got some early feedback on our Facebook Live page. Susan Dean's asking if you can take 2 unopened bottled waters into an NFL game, you should be able to take water into a college game. Have you guys reconsidered this policy that you have, especially if the stands are shorthanded again and it's hard to get waters, that people could bring 2 waters of their own into the stadium?
I would say that's a constant discussion, and certainly I appreciate Susan saying that. I would love to bring that up to our group. We kind of have a working committee from all the different entities of our athletic department that are, very constantly evaluating what we're doing. That's definitely something that should be discussed again, and then if that changes, obviously we would announce that substantially.
All right, fair enough. Eric, anything else you want the Pirate Nation to hear about here on the eve of this game with Charleston Southern?
Well, I do appreciate, first of all, having me on. And you mentioned the painted gold game tomorrow. That's a big deal for our fans and recruits, I should say, to just kind of deck out the stadium in gold. So please do that. And looking ahead to next week with homecoming, that's looking like a really big game for us. So tickets are still available. If you can't make it this week, please plan on being there next week because beating Tulane is pretty important to our season. So any and all help would be much appreciated.
Eric, good stuff. Appreciate the effort you guys do over there at East Carolina, and we'll see you out there tomorrow.
All right, thanks, Troy. Thanks, Clip.
All right. See you, Eric. There's Eric Ward, and he's right. Pirates go out, take care of business against Charleston Southern. By the way, I saw a line come out this afternoon. ECU 27.5-point favorites.
Yeah.
I thought 28 earlier in the week.
That's pretty good,
I
Cliff.
should stick to predicting lines instead of games.
Correct.
I'm much better at that.
And it was 1 week ago today. We said if Pirates could take care of business against Marshall, which I had a feeling that they might, then all of a sudden you got, I don't want to say an easy game, but a very winnable game against Charleston Southern. You're 2-2, and you got a lot of momentum going into conference play,
and a huge one coming up.
We're on the
Eric
verge of that scenario.
I like it. Yeah.
So then all of a sudden, you've got a lot of confidence going to that Tulane game, and why not us at that point?
Great kickoff time for next week, 3:30. Homecoming should be a lot of fun. But first things first, Troy D. Let's take care of the Buccaneers tomorrow.
Yes, and 27.5 points. If you were gonna make a wager, that's a lot. I can't remember the last. Now there's a good trivia question for you. When's the last time East Carolina has been close to a 28-point favorite? If you round up.
The Phil Steele magazine.
Yeah, we'd have to research that. But would you take the points? Because, obviously, I'm sure you think East Carolina would win. But would you lay that many points?
I would probably go...
And let me just say this. I'm not betting the game.
I'd probably go Charleston Southern plus the points. I'm seeing like a 38-14.
I hate to say it. I think it's too many points.
Like 24.
I think we will win, but I don't think we'd cover this.
Yeah.
I think it's too many points for us right now.
Now, if our offense clicks like it did in the fourth quarter,
I'd love to see it.
But from what I've seen,
I'd love to see like a 52-3 game type of deal,
But from what we've seen so far this year, is ECU going to put together a complete offensive performance where they score 40 or 50 points?
This is your one chance, though, if you're going to steamroll somebody and roll up a ton of yardage and style points, so they say. This is the game to do it because there's no other game on the schedule that's going to be as easy to do it as this one.
Probably. Temple looks really bad. There's some definite...
Yeah, but they're still D1 programs.
Yeah.
This is what traditionally I would call a Division II program.
But you're wrong. They're Division I. But I know what you're saying.
I thought they were 1AA,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so
that's
Division
a different thing.
Right. Division II is different. I meant
they're FCS. I don't know why you just won't say that.
I like to say 1AA. Like I don't know why they got away from that 1A or 1AA.
It's been like 10 years.
It's still confusing to me, Clip.
You got to move on. You got to stay with the time.
I just don't get it.
You're getting left behind.
I don't understand all these letters and numbers that they got to mess things up.
FCS.
Yeah.
So,
all right,
let's get the dub tomorrow, and then Tulane first conference game next week.
I did hear Donnie with you guys yesterday. I was a little stunned. Now, first of all, when after South Carolina and a lot of people taking shots at Holton and other things, I said, look, I didn't think Holton was the problem. I thought the execution was part of the problem. I thought the offensive line, lack of giving him time was part of the problem. And I did think Donnie's play calling, quite honestly, was part of the problem. I thought we weren't wide open enough. And so I want to give Donnie credit because, and I meant to say this Monday, I was a little critical of Donnie, but I thought he did a great job, especially in the fourth quarter, responding, going that fast-paced, up-tempo, and really kind of going this almost a hurry-up type offense.
I think it's the speed of the play call, maybe more than the play call.
And that might be it. I think the speed of the play calling was a lot quicker, that we're not eating up the whole clock. And it's just we're
not giving the defense a chance to reset.
Right, but to hear Donnie talk yesterday, oh yeah, we did everything the same. I'm like, the same? The hell you did? It was not the same. It was way quicker.
It was the speed.
Yeah,
of things.
But recognize it. I want to give you a compliment. Let's keep that speed. That was great.
To Donnie, he's saying all they did was execute the plays that were called there late in the game.
Well, then maybe he called them faster than I want to give. I want to give him credit.
I would say that.
I just don't feel it was the same.
Those big catches in the fourth quarter maybe are drops a few weeks ago.
There were definitely drops we had. That was part of the problem with the execution, no question.
I mean, there's things that went right that
absolutely, but they definitely played with a sense of urgency and an up tempo.
Yeah, it certainly felt like they were playing fast.
It was not. I would not call that the same as the previous games.
Oh heck no!
But listening to Donnie, it sounded like it was the same.
Well,
we didn't do anything different.
Donnie's going to be humble outside of that tweet.
Feel like they are reluctant to go too fast. Donnie pointed out that they had some errors when they were speeding up and going fast. Guys lined up wrong, went the wrong play.
Coach Houston about it earlier this week. He goes, "Well, we didn't change our offense. It's designed to go fast. It's designed to go slow."
It just feels like this coaching staff does not want to go at that warp speed.
They do not want to embrace the hurry up offense.
Yeah.
My question is, if somebody lines up at the wrong spot, but the play goes right, is that now a play?
What's a play? You mean, do they count it as like?
No, I'm saying
running the wrong route play.
No, I'm saying when you're looking at the tape, you're like, all right, CJ, line up on the left side like you did last week.
I don't think coaches like that. I think they want the players to run what they call moving forward.
It could be added to the playbook. Is my point.
Yeah.
I think it was Snead and Rajay. I think talking about they have kind of used up all the gadget plays, so they're going to have to come up with more.
Yeah,
because they've used the whole bag of them, Troy D, through 3 weeks of the season.
I'm sure they can cook up some more.
Yeah, they're going to have to now.
And Tyler Snead's a dangerous player. I mean, kid can throw, he can catch, he can run.
I kind of want to ask the question: is he QB2?
Yeah, I mean,
is he the emergency quarterback?
I mean, at this point, I've seen his arm, and he knows the plays.
Right.
I would put him as the backup quarterback at this point if the other guys aren't ready.
I mean, can you imagine him like in a Wildcat offense?
I'm being dead serious. Not to take out Holton. I'm saying, God forbid something happened to Holton. I would put Tyler Snead in the rest of the season.
He's definitely the emergency quarterback.
The problem is he can't throw it to Tyler Snead.
But he can throw it to the other guys.
You're losing your best receiver if you do that. It's a catch-22.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you, but I like him as the sneaky backup guy.
Is Holton Ahlers the emergency tight end?
You could slot him in there too if you had to. He showed some great skills.
Should we get crazy and just switch him right now, moving forward?
Well, they did on one play.
Yeah.
The
results are there. We've seen how it
scored a touchdown.
They ran that play to both sides of the field to either receiver now, so I think the cat's out of the bag.
Yeah.
I love talking to the guys earlier this week in the Players Lounge, and they talked about how many times it didn't work in practice.
Yeah, we practiced a lot, never worked, but
why not just do it in a game?
Why not do it, in a situation like that?
Well, that's because I think the defense knew it was coming. They've seen it maybe.
But they lined because Snead kept overthrowing them.
Oh, yeah.
Like he forgot that Ahlers wasn't Josiah Hatfield and couldn't run down the field. Ahlers said, just put it on me and I'll do the running after the catch.
That's right.
The defense bit on Hatfield on the other side of the field.
Yeah.
Completely. That's what I mean by it. Like, they've ran it to both sides of the field now. They ran both versions of the play.
I just hope East Carolina, I don't want to overlook, Georgia Southern. God knows we're not in a
Georgia
position.
Southern.
I think it's a good thing.
You have overlooked them.
Yeah, really.
I don't even know who we're playing. I've overlooked them. Charleston Southern. I keep getting Charleston Southern and Georgia Southern messed up. I cannot.
One's a city in South Carolina, one's a state.
I heard Tony Collins do it yesterday.
Yeah, you guys are a lot alike when it comes to
which really worries me.
Like that.
I'm making the same mistakes as Tony Collins now.
Y'all hang out and watch games together.
We do.
You're turning into one person. I think it's a good thing, Troy, that Mike Houston's 0-3 against this team.
I do too. It's gonna put a little chip, back on his shoulder.
Yeah.
Hey, look, he's got something to prove. He's never beaten these guys. Now,
In fact,
he's never played them, but he has never beaten them. 0-3 when he was coaching the Citadel.
We were joking that like the players aren't going to take it as serious, and Houston's going to be over there like, why isn't everybody taking this as serious as me? I hate that team.
Yeah, we're running the score up on these SOBs.
Yeah, I mean,
I would love for like a halftime. It'd be like 45-0 if possible. Like you could go into halftime and like, okay, wow, maybe we actually have this one.
And Mason Garcia starts the third.
Or
you get your backups in.
Plays the entire fourth or whatever. You know, at least get
your
quality
backups
time.
in.
Yes. I would love to see Holton on the sidelines, not because he's hurt, but because we're kicking their ass so bad, you don't want to risk him. You want the backups to go ahead and get experience.
Houston and Harold are over there with bloodlust in their eyes.
I'm just telling you, if this is a close win, you got to eke this out on the last play of the game. Oh, man. It's going to feel like a loss. You know it.
Oh, I know. It's going to be a negative fifth.
And if we can't beat this team, people are going to want to shut down the program.
Even something like 32-21.
Oh, if you lose this game,
it's over.
You can't lose.
This is a honestly.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I haven't said this before. This is a must-win game right now for ECU football.
If you drop it,
I do not drop that very often. This is a must-win. You want to go to DEFCON 5. On the freak-out scale, lose to this team at home, coming off a big win.
It would be like that. It's the A&T thing.
Yeah, but this team's much better than that team. And it's coached better, it's better players, better talent. A loss to Charleston Southern is unacceptable.
Well, how are we even talking about it?
Okay, I just wanted to get that off my chest. As I said, I expect a beatdown. I would love to see you're in the driver's seat and actually with some breathing room going into halftime, and your only question is, do we keep the starters in or not starting the third?
I would love the question to be like, Coach, why didn't you take your foot off the gas? Like the media's just in there exasperated because it was 80-0.
You know what?
I would love that type of
Houston
beatdown.
And Donnie Kirkpatrick want to run the score up on these guys, do it. I will not criticize them.
Do it with the backups, though.
No, do it. I don't care how they do it. Run the score up.
We don't need our guys.
Throat stomp somebody.
In the fourth quarter.
Let's do it.
About 40.
Let's beat somebody so bad that people want to leave in the third quarter.
3 linemen get hurt. Yeah.
No, I seriously, run the score up. I would love to see it.
Sure.
We haven't run the score up on someone since UNC.
I would love to be able to ask the question.
What was that,
about
7 years
running the
ago?
score up in the postgame. It would be so
2014.
Yeah, it'd be awesome to run the score up on these guys. Do it. It'd be feel good.
All right.
I just feel I'm speaking for the majority of fans.
You're a horse. You've gone Joe. You've gone fifth quarter
Joe.
Joe.
Excited I've been all year. Yeah, sorry.
Do it.
All right. I feel like this is my last chance to get a message out there.
Just do it.
Run it up.
I predict
foot on the gas.
Pirates win by like 20, and people are mad after the game because they didn't win. Like
they didn't win by 40.
One of those,
which is my point.
I think
so
the under
win
hit
by 40. Cover the spread at least.
I love the under. That's my favorite bet of the day.
Oh yeah,
what's the total?
55.
It's like 55.
Yeah.
So ECU's a 27ish. So let's do some math real quick.
I just saw that.
So 27. Let's say ECU has. Oh boy,
55.5.
So if it's 47-20,
I'm always bad at this too.
That would be 67. What did you say it was?
It's 55.
55.5. Yeah.
I just think the defense brings the heat, and they get up, and they end up winning like 34-3.
I'd love to see like a few pick sixes.
35-10 would be 25. So they're saying Charleston Southern doesn't score more than 7 or 8 points.
Yeah,
basically.
All right, so here's what I would like.
I like it.
I'd like to see some non-traditional touchdowns for us too. Maybe a kick return back, whether it's punt or a kickoff return. I'd love to see a defensive score, a scoop and score, or a pick six.
Hey, sure.
Like I'm just a personal wish list. I'd love to see Holton throw for about 400 yards.
I'd love to see
maybe a couple touchdowns run in, a few touchdowns passing, a couple rushing touchdowns.
Maybe catch another one.
Yeah, and then go.
I don't want to see him catch any more touchdowns than he needs to be.
I would not be upset if this team put 70 points on the board. I would be totally okay with it.
Okay.
All right.
I'm just going on record.
Bloodthirsty over there.
That's not a hot.
Well, I know there's some parent out there going, no, don't hurt their feelings. We don't need to run up the score on anyone. Yes, we do, is what I'm saying.
Right. Is there talk out there?
I'm just telling. I'm hearing whispers. People are worried about
of the pouring
people's feelings.
Charleston Southern.
You're hearing whispers about.
I know. I'm taking the contrarian view. Run the score up.
You're not being a contrarian. We all want to see these good things happen. We're with you. We want to see it every week. It'd be great.
Then stop arguing with me about it.
I'm not.
Oh.
My only point is we don't need our starters in if we're up by 4.
No, I agree. I would like to see the backups play at least the whole fourth quarter. I don't want to take them out too early.
And if Garcia's throwing to Savage or a guy like that, then fine. Keep throwing the ball. Just do it with the backups in the fourth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, or run the clock. Do ball control and.
No, Troy, we're going to run the score up. We don't want to run the clock.
They can run the score up by running in touchdowns.
Why are we going to waste time? We got to score. We got to get 70.
That's a good point.
We got to throw the football.
Thank you for keeping me on track.
All right. Now we're back.
100%. All right, I do have...
Redbeard says, are we talking about the ECU Pirates? They won't run it up. Probably going to be too close.
That's what I'm afraid of. I am afraid of that.
Well, let's get the win.
Yeah.
By a lot.
Listen, the win is a must-win. But
we're going to win.
But we need to win this one by a decent margin. All the other games, I'd be fine with 1 point with victories. This one needs to be multiple.
What do you mean need? What if it's not?
I just feel like it's going to put a damper on the enthusiasm everybody has right now.
Maybe.
Yeah. I feel like we can build. My point is, if they beat the Buccaneers by like 30 or more, then that really builds momentum in a homecoming for next weekend.
It probably would
and then
help.
You could sell more tickets,
attendance,
and more fun, and everything.
2-2 looks great, but you're right. As far as bringing people back out for the Tulane game, maybe you do need a 50.
Right, that's what I'm thinking. Big picture
burger.
And big picture is like going out a week ahead of time.
I'm with you.
To build momentum. Just like this game now, all of a sudden has excitement because of what happened at Marshall. I think I don't think we have 40,000 fans there if we don't beat Marshall. Honestly, I think there was a whole new buzz this week because of that win.
I don't think you have 30 there.
Yeah.
If you're 0-3, we're talking like low 20s crowd.
If Marshall intercepts that ball at the end of the game, scores a touchdown instead of us intercepting it, totally different discussion we're having right now.
Yeah.
And now we're just hoping we can get our first win of the season. Yeah, we'll take a 1-point victory over the Charleston Southern Buccaneers.
I'd be taking this one a lot more serious if they'd have lost last week.
It's amazing what one can do. Hey, did you look at special delivery, Clip Rock? I got a package out of Lake Forest, Illinois. You know who resides in Lake Forest, Illinois?
Who's that?
The Chicago Bears world headquarters are in Lake Forest, Illinois. I haven't opened it yet. I was talking with Glenn. Glenn, there's all these like cool things online where people, unbox stuff. What do you say? We record this and see what it is?
I said it would be our first unboxing video. That was a lie. It will be our second because Clipper unboxed his Hooters hat.
That's right.
Oh, the Hooters racing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I
have a little breaking news.
This would be my first unboxing video, though.
Little breaking news.
All right, what's that?
In the studio.
Your food's here?
My food is here. Brian Bailey will have Coach Ruff on Monday at noon.
Ruff and McNeil, the soon-to-be inducted into the ECU Hall of Fame, going to join Bailey Monday.
Too bad we can't get Faux Ruff on before. Me and Arlene are just...
We're trying to fix the relationship, Troy.
Yeah.
I know.
Let's not do that.
Not the time.
I know, sorry.
I don't know if there's ever a time.
For faux Ruff?
I don't think we do that.
Well,
it's all in good fun.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations to Coach Ruff. Well deserved.
Awesome. And, man, I'm just wondering if he's going to be there at the game.
There's no way. He's coaching. He's the...
But what if they're off that week?
State.
Yeah. What if they set it up so he could be there?
Right. You would think that there'd be some sort
I don't know. I don't know if there's that much planning that goes... It's usually... The Hall of Fame weekend's already set, I thought. Like when they recognize people.
Yeah, I'm saying, but they might have said...
I don't think they
might have waited
last week.
They might have waited, or they would have waited if he couldn't be here, is what I'm saying. Maybe...
my point was I thought that was set before the season even starts. They have the Hall of Fame weekend where they recognize them already on the schedule. It wasn't something that they then reverse engineer.
All right, I don't know what we're saying anymore, but anyway, Troy, thanks for hanging out.
I think if they're not playing, that'd be great. But my guess is he's going to be tied up with NC State. A lot of people don't even realize he's with NC State right now.
A lot of people don't realize that.
That's true. What is the title over there? He's like the recruiting guy, or
some type of special assistant or something.
Yeah, I saw him wearing the State shirt. It looks a little weird. Got to be honest.
Definitely doesn't look good in red.
No, I don't like it.
All right. Thanks for hanging out.
All right, good seeing you.
We got to
unbox. And technically, does this still count as it's an envelope, but it's a thick envelope?
It's unboxing.
Okay, all right. Just want to make sure that makes the cut. All right, so we'll record this and find out what it is.
What was everybody worried what was in the mail years ago?
Anthrax.
Oh, yeah. This looks like one of those envelopes with anthrax in it.
The Bears have sent you anthrax whenever coming to
This is going to be real funny if they send you like a letter saying, sorry, your season tickets have been revoked.
Well, that was Glenn. I said it would be funny if it was an Andy Dalton signed photo.
That would be very
Thanks for the
funny.
support.
Yeah, here's your Andy Dalton shirt.
They're trying to get rid of
Feels
him.
like it could be
They're
something
giving
like
it
that.
away for free because Fields is the quarterback now.
Now I'm really wondering what this is.
It is a revocation of your tickets. I told you. You sold too many.
Yeah. Sorry, you have sold your tickets online too often to opposing fans.
We need butts in the seats, Troy.
John Moody says NC State is off that weekend. That's exactly what I was saying.
All right, there we go. I thought there was some thought put into that then, Clip. That's great.
I don't know, Troy. I think they just come up with.
Well, what if
last
he
second.
snubs the program anyway? Says no, I'm not coming back. Thank
They
you.
drew
for the
names
honor.
out of a hat last
So
week.
are you still on the negative rough?
No, I'm not. I was
because you
never
really
on the-
are poo-pooing this thing.
No, I'm just saying. What if they did try and schedule around? He doesn't show up. That would be kind of a slap in the face of the program, wouldn't it? If he's available.
Are we just
I think
doing
everything's on the
hypotheticals?
good.
I'm just running a hypothetical.
What if he pees on the field while they're inducting him? That would really be a slap in the face.
You were correct, Cliff. That would be.
I mean, he's coming on Pirate Radio Monday.
I know.
think everything's okay.
We've heard from him before. He's been on a number of times.
Yeah, everything's okay.
I know. I just don't understand what you're going totally negative.
Your adjective about the situation
I'm
is
not
ridiculous.
negative.
What is the deal?
I'm just wondering. Like you said that you thought they planned the whole thing around so he could be there. I said I didn't know that much. I thought the date was already set.
Yeah.
If you're going to do
My
it,
point
you want
was-
to plan for him to return to Dowdy Pickens Stadium, and it'd be a big deal. And you get the
Yeah.
photo with.
And
like
if this
Houston,
year
and you
wasn't
do
the
whole
year,
deal.
they would have done it in another year where the dates matched up. That was
Yeah.
my whole point.
Oh, okay. I thought they just elected these
You
guys
want the
recently.
video, you want the moment, it's a whole thing.
Okay. I just think it's a coincidence. I thought the dates are already set up with the football games, and they didn't know who was going in until recently.
I don't think they did it recently. I think
Oh, you thought it was decided a long time ago? Okay, maybe so.
I think when the schedule came out, they said, "Okay, this is the year we're going to do rough, and it's week 6."
Okay.
Or whatever.
And I don't. It's really there's a lot of voodoo as far as how people get into the Hall of Fame.
Brian Bailey says rough just canceled. Thanks, Troy. So instead, he's got Scotty Montgomery coming up Monday on the Brian Bailey Show.
So we've made room for faux rough on Monday with Brian Bailey.
By the way, Scotty Montgomery 0-2 with the Colts. Just
Loving
putting
it
out there.
Loving it.
Their running backs are underperforming.
Scotty Montgomery
Sad times.
never lost to NC State, by the way.
And Jonathan,
Lost to everybody else.
Jonathan pointed out our last real beatdown was when Scotty Montgomery was the coach here. Was it 52-7?
Yeah, that's a beatdown.
Western Carolina.
That's correct. That was his first game, right?
Yes.
That was Scotty Montgomery's very first game.
All right, now we have Jonathan sending the schedule.
Ellerby is fact checking us.
That
live on
NC
air.
State does play that Saturday.
Okay, yeah.
On the road at Florida State. Does Ruff travel with the team?
Yes.
I don't know.
Ruff is with State. That's his job. I think it's a tremendous honor. I don't think he can be here in person if his team's playing.
John, you just took a major hit as far as your credibility as a P1 listener.
Yeah. Which goes to my point that the date was already set regardless of who gets in or not. That was my only point. I wasn't trying to be negative. I was just trying to say I don't think they planned this around any one person. Because I remember
obviously they didn't now.
Now, I will say this. When there was one player, I think it was Jeff Blake, and they wouldn't induct him until he came back in person because he was alive.
Well, that's kind of what I'm saying.
So maybe Ruff will get inducted when he's able to come back.
He's getting inducted on that Friday night beforehand.
Well, they used to have a policy that you had to be here in person if you were alive.
To get the induction.
Yeah, to get the induction. He'll still make the cut, but he won't be inducted until he comes to the ceremony. That was my understanding, unless they've changed the rules.
Jeff Blake was still playing and had obligations.
Yeah, and they didn't put him in until he came back
whatever.
for the ceremony. That'll be an ECU question. That's a John Gilbert question right there.
All right.
Sure.
I feel like we've
Certainly
talked
is.
about this enough.
Yeah.
Let's extend this segment 5 more minutes.
Don't be so negative, Clip.
Break free, hour 1.
You're wearing a flamingo
No
shirt.
commercials, hour 1.
You're wearing a flamingo shirt, for God's sake. Be a little happy.
We'll, all right, anyway, let's move along. Troy, thanks for hanging out.
Good seeing you.
Go Pirates.
Absolutely.
What you got at the tailgate tomorrow?
Oh, man, we got our buddy, Brandon Manning from Farm Bureau.
He's cooking a pig?
No, but he's bringing the pig cooker.
Okay.
And we're putting chickens on it.
I like it.
I love cooking chicken on the pig cooker. You know, like you just line it up.
Is he just doing whole chickens?
Halves, I believe.
Okay.
Or breasts. Chicken breast, I think.
That's the easiest way.
We're going to line them up as many as we can fit on there.
Man.
We got to have the sides. We're going to do some hot dogs, too, on the side grill.
Good old
for appetizers.
Good old
kids.
cookout.
I think even Sparky's going to come visit us with the snowballs.
All right.
We'll have ice cold soft drinks from our friends at Minji's Bottling Group. And, of course, Carolina Eagle Distributing, home of Bud Light. Of course, our title sponsor of the Bud Light pregame tailgate will have some ice cold Bud Lights and seltzers available too.
And we have a great giveaway today on the show in hour 3, a 15 count of 16-ounce aluminum bottle Bud Lights and a 12-pack of the Busch Apple.
Busch Light Apple. Which I've never even had. I wanted to try one of these. If someone wins this, if you could toss me one, I'd like to sample it. I'd love to see what Busch Light Apple is like. It's got my attention.
Limited edition as well.
Yeah.
So
have you had one?
I have not.
They sound great.
I've seen a lot of people going to different grocery stores looking for it.
Right, it's somewhat difficult to get.
It's kind of a hot product right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I literally I don't have one. Like we're giving it away. I'd love to give them 11 and I keep one, but that's kind of
they wouldn't mind.
You can't deliver the pizza box with one slice
right,
missing.
I know. That's just not right.
Drink one.
That's even crossing the line for me.
What's more valuable, if a 12-pack or if you drink one, sign the can and put it back in?
Well, if someone
then it's
wins
a collector's item.
and they would like me to do that, I will do that. But I feel I need the green light from the listener or the winner to do that.
Fair enough.
So whoever wins this, if you would like me to try one for you in advance and then sign the can and put the can back in the 12-pack, I will do that.
We just start signing all of the beers that we give away.
Yeah.
Just the cases. I like the
Why
idea.
not?
I like
Thanks
the
for your
idea.
support, Troy D, LRB.
I like it. It's a
Clip
good
Rock.
idea.
I feel like at this point we should just treat this like a telethon and not take any commercial breaks.
3 hours.
Continue.
No commercials.
We could do it, Clip. This would be like
7 hours of commercial-free football.
The guys doing ECU Marshall went basically commercial-free.
Yeah, that's true. We need to throw it over to Glenn with an interview with somebody.
Yeah. With your help, people.
I'll interview Shirley about how much she hates this.
We need to take donations, though. With your help and with viewers like you.
That's right.
We can make this happen. This could be like the Pirate PBS show.
Unfortunately, Ellerby's listening. He said start the bumper.
Oh, there he goes.
Let's take a break.
Man. Fun Police is out there.
Let's pay a bill or two.
Be careful.
All right, when we return, Greeny, Mark Greenhill, Golf Shop Radio Show will join us. We'll talk Ryder Cup. We'll talk State, Clemson, and more coming up on Pirate Radio Live. We roll on after this.
Hey Pirate fans, Derek Pizzeni from Carolina Wealth Management. Are you a fiduciary? That's a question every investor should ask their advisor. A fiduciary is an individual who acts in the best interest of a particular person or beneficiary. Is your advisor a fiduciary? You should know it's your money. At Carolina Wealth Management, we do things differently from other investment firms. To learn more about the benefits of working with a fiduciary advisor, visit mycarolinawealth.com. That's mycarolinawealth.com.
Do you suffer from allergies, asthma, or any other sinus problems? Perhaps professional cleaning of your air ducts could help. Family owned and operated in Winterville for over 22 years, Carolina Quality Air was the first certified duct cleaning company in Eastern North Carolina. From residential to commercial, they can handle any size job, big or small, including our studios here at Pirate Radio. Carolina Quality Air uses a sanitizer that kills mold in your ductwork and over 100 viruses, including the coronavirus. Visit them online at carolinaqualityair.com.
Eastern North Carolina's choice for window tinting, signs, graphics, wraps, graphic design, and more is Signs and Tint. Signs and Tint is family owned and operated right here in Greenville, and their NC licensed electricians specialize in ceramic coating, vehicle wraps, and more. Signs and Tint offers 10% off for military and first responders. Also, make sure to mention Pirate Radio at checkout for a discount. Stop by their office today at 801 Staten Road or visit them online at signsandtint.com.
Hello, Greenville and Pitt County. We at Pitt County Schools want you to know that we are a thriving and connected school system ready and open for all students this year. We are offering all in-person learning with limited virtual options while operating on a 5-day, full-day schedule for our 38 school campuses. Pitt County Schools offers rigorous academic opportunities such as dual language programs, STEM engagement, global education, and college readiness. We also offer competitive athletics, full support for exceptional children, and career readiness opportunities programs such as paid apprenticeships and unique business partnerships. Pitt County Schools is fully committed to engage, empower, and elevate every student every day. Visit our website today at pittschools.org, where you'll find our new jam-packed strategic plan, our new mission and vision, our profile of a learner, or check out our unique preschools, elementary schools, middle schools, high schools, and early colleges. Pitt County Schools, engaging, empowering, and elevating every student every day.
Have you been waiting to try CBD? ENS Hemp on Fire Tower Road in Greenville is the area leader in CBD. We want to educate you on how our products work with your endocannabinoid system. These products are all natural and non-addictive. ENS offers a variety of products to meet your needs. Tinctures, edibles, topicals, and even smokable items. Customer feedback indicates relief from stress, anxiety, fatigue, pain, and PTSD, just to name a few. ENS Hemp is located on Fire Tower Road. Also, check us out on our Instagram and Facebook pages.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville is the perfect place to get all your amigos together for some Mexican food, fun, and football. Chico's has been a game day tradition for Pirate football fans for over 30 years. Whether the game is home or away, make it a Chico's day for some great specials and the best chips and salsa in town. Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Go Pirates!
Although innovative new resources such as digital media and social networks have grown in popularity, smart marketers recognize that printing is a mainstay.
We live in an age of computer hacking, scams, and fly-by-night businesses, so it's reassuring to consumers when they receive printed marketing pieces.
It exemplifies business confidence and conveys a high level of commitment.
It also fosters trust, which leads to engagement and ultimately brand loyalty.
When you're ready to grow your business, come to PIP, where business goes to grow.
Pirate Radio is the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Save lives, be a hero, and make $1,000 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. Start now at Biomat USA on 505 South Memorial Drive. A better donor experience and better pay. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Hey, Pirate fans, are you craving a calzone? The Community Calzone is for you. Open 7 days a week, plus they're open late on weekends until 4 a.m., and they deliver for calzones, wings, salads, and more. Make a Community Calzone on Greenville Boulevard, now open for dine-in, takeout, or delivery. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip Rock.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live. That's really cool. Troy is showing off his new flag he received from the Chicago Bears. Does the H stand for Ahlers? What does it stand for? STH.
Spoiler alert. It was a flag, very cool flag. STH, season ticket holder. So I guess they sent these to all the season ticket holders, but it's the bear with the flag.
That thing is sweet.
Yeah, pretty cool looking.
I like that. What are you going to do with it?
We're going to hang it up here in the studio. I feel right behind us, right here.
You need to do a Bears watch along at some point, like we
that
did
would be
at
fun.
Washington.
Would you do it with me?
Yeah.
I think it would be fun. Like,
I'm trying to think. Like,
the great one
is there a Bears Skins game this year?
Well, I mean, that would be obviously good, but like if they played the Cowboys or Eagles or something, I could root with you.
Yeah, that's
for
true.
the Bears. I would like it to be that.
I'd like to do one where you could be on my team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So if
that'd
they
be fun.
play another team,
Let's do that. I'd do that. That'd be fun.
Playoff game or something.
But we need one like that's available. Obviously Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football.
A standalone game.
Yeah,
would be good.
That's widely available for folks.
All right. All right. That's a pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool. We'll do
deal.
we did the video, so we'll have the first ever unboxing.
Sounds
for me.
good.
Yeah.
All right. Let's head out to the Fixed NC live line and talk to Greeny, Mark Greenhelch from the Golf Shop Radio Show. You can hear that Saturday morning right here on Pirate Radio. Greeny, welcome back. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How you guys doing today?
Doing good. It is Ryder Cup time, Greeny. So let's play Ryder Cup for Dummies because I am not fully educated on how all of this works. I know the Americans got off to a good start this morning. So, Greeny, give us the details on what's transpired thus far.
Well, yep. So this morning they had the foursomes, which is the alternate shot format. So there were 4 matches there. USA won 3 of those. John Rahm and Sergio Garcia won the lone point for the Europeans against Spieth and Thomas. So you got a little worried when you sent your quote unquote your best duo out in Spieth and Thomas, and they didn't win the first match, but the rest of the matches came through nicely. So a good start for the Americans, but we've been here before where they've jumped out to a lead in the first match and then kind of got beat up after that. So we'll see how things continue to play out. This afternoon is 4-ball, which means that everybody's playing their own ball, and it's your best score between your two players against the best score of the other two players.
And the foursomes continue into tomorrow, right, Greeny? And then it's explain the format and the schedule for Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, so tomorrow you'll see the same thing. You'll see foursomes in the morning and 4-ball in the afternoon. So obviously 4 points this morning, 4 points this afternoon, another 4 and 4 tomorrow, and then you have the 12 single matches, one-on-one going off on Sunday.
Mark Greenell's Golf Shop Radio Show joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. What about the, this is an event that always has more, I guess, passion, emotion, a lot more, heckling, things like that going on. What's the crowd been like thus far, Greeny?
There's been a few instances where some people had to be told that they needed to catch themselves a little bit, but other than that, pretty decent shape so far. So it's nice to see fans out there. Obviously, not a lot of Europeans because they weren't allowed to bring a whole lot of people over at that point. But, so a distinctly U.S. advantage right now up in Wisconsin.
I mentioned earlier in the week I'd like to get in some type of pool in this event. I was not able to do that. So how about from like a gambling perspective, Greeny? What are you looking at anything? Do you have any advice for either the rest of today with live betting or Saturday and Sunday, what you could get involved in?
Oh, yeah, you can get a little bit of everything. You can get, certainly you can still get in on who's going to win. I'm sure you're getting a little better odds on the Europeans.
Yeah.
They're behind at this point. But, you can get match by match. You can get, who's going to end up with the most points, who's going to pull the most in each particular type of thing. So there's all kinds of great bets that you can have out there. Funny thing was, on paper, the Americans always looked like they're the better side. I mean, their average world ranking was much better. But the Europeans have a lot of experience on that side. I mean, Sergio Garcia had won 25.5 points in his career in the Ryder Cup. The entire American team has won 25.5 points in the Ryder Cup. So a lot more experience on the European side. We'll see if that plays out over the next few days.
And Greeny, it's a little cliche to even ask this at this point, but the Brooks, the DeChambeau deal, like is that an afterthought at this point? Is that much ado about nothing, or something to maybe keep an eye on this weekend?
Well, there was a big deal made out of Brooks walking over on the range and talking to Bryson for a minute, and then in the press conference, they were split. One was Bryson was on Tuesday, Brooks was on Thursday. And then Bryson said, well, there's something that's coming down the road. And then when they asked Brooks about it, he said, I have no idea what he's talking about. So who knows at this point what's going on between those two? It seems like the golf media, for some reason, wants these guys to be on a team together, and go out and play a match as partners. I don't see it happening. I don't think Steve Stricker sees it as happening. So I doubt it. But I don't want to see it. I mean, I think it would just be more of a show than anything else, and that's not what this thing's about right now.
I brought this up earlier in the week. Want to get your take on it, Greeny. It seems like that golf is such an individual sport, obviously, but I've seen in the past in these events when people criticize the captain and say things like, well, why did he pair up these two instead of pairing up these two? Like, is that important at all? Like who you pair together, who's playing with each other, or is it just a matter of, hey, they're all individuals, it doesn't matter how you pair them up? What do you think about that?
It's definitely important. I mean, in the foursomes where you're doing pure alternate shot, sometimes you want to look at what golf ball somebody plays or what kind of game somebody plays or how much information somebody processes. So that's always a big factor. So, yeah, there's some definite matchups that you can look at that are successful and some other ones that aren't. So it does play an important role when you start talking about teammates, especially in the foursomes thing. Sometimes in the 4-ball, it's just, two guys go play their own ball and don't worry about it. So there's a fine line between, the team aspect and the individual aspect of it. And you got to try and balance that as the captain.
Greeny, looking ahead, we are, a year late playing this thing due to COVID in 2020. So is the next Ryder Cup in 2022, or are they going to 2023?
Yeah, they'll continue 2 years.
Okay.
We have the President's Cup on the alternate years. So the President's Cup, which is in Charlotte next year.
Awesome.
So that'll be the interesting part. That's the U.S. versus the rest of the world, non-European.
Good deal. Greeny, Mark Greenhill's joining us. Golf Shop Radio Show coming up Saturday morning right here on Pirate Radio. Greeny, big one for your Tigers tomorrow. They just don't look like Clemson right now. Can they find their form in Raleigh against the Wolfpack coming up on Saturday? Big game for those teams in the Atlantic.
Well, the funny thing is NC State seems to play the same type of defense that Georgia Tech found, so the 3-3-5 setup. So unfortunately, maybe for the Wolfpack, is that the Tigers got to get a little experience on that defense last week. So maybe they'll find their groove a little bit more on the offensive side of the ball.
I think that's going to be a good game. Looking forward to that one coming up on Saturday. We'll be with you 2 o'clock on the Bud Light pregame tailgate, getting you ready for East Carolina and Charleston Southern. And before that, early morning, you can hear the Golf Shop Radio Show. Greeny, a lot of Ryder Cup talk. What else you got coming up Saturday on the show?
Yeah, we've got Jason Pendergast, who's going to give us a preview of the Sanderson Farms, which is the event coming up next week. And then we've obviously got Ryder Cup. We'll talk to Ron Green Jr. about that. And also our man Bill Bender will join us, as he always does on Saturday morning.
Good deal. Greeny, thanks for joining us today. Have a great show on Saturday, and we'll talk to you again next week.
All right, thanks. Have a good one.
There is Mark Greenhill's Golf Shop Radio Show. As I was telling somebody earlier today, I really want to get into the Ryder Cup, but it's football season. Like, I wish they could do this a month earlier or so, and I would be way more into it, but just very distracted by what's going on in football, and you got the MLB playoff races as well. Let's take a time out, come back, we'll wrap up hour number 1. We'll take a look at our Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard. I'll let you know what's going on tonight in college football, and look at the Major League Baseball playoff races, big series between the Red Sox and Yankees. Those two teams vying for wild card spots in the AL. Atlanta lost yesterday. Philadelphia won. So the Braves lead is down to 2 in the NL East. We'll let you know what's going on in all the races when we return after this.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
You know, anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those. But anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of Pirates and ENC. Open 7 days a week from noon until 2 a.m., the Buck features live music every night of the week. Tuesday is karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday is acoustic night. Thursday is the DJ dance party. And Friday and Saturday nights, it's live bands. Check out the Buck's Facebook or Instagram page for more information. The Buccaneer Music Hall. We'll see you at the Buck.
Pirate fans, get ready for a winning season and team up with Quality Equipment, your local John Deere dealer and proud sponsor of the ECU Pirates. When you do business with us, you'll get things done right. We're proud to offer a large selection of new and used John Deere equipment, a fully stocked parts department, and a highly trained staff who is here to support you throughout the life of your equipment. So get quality done right before every ECU game day and visit qualityequip.com.
Hey, this is Troy D., proud ECU grad from the class of 94. And if you know me, you know I love the 90s here at ECU. It was some of our glory days, including bowl games, the Peach Bowl, and even a March Madness appearance. Relive those days with my friends from Tailgate Classics. Tailgate Classics is a cool retro store with all types of merchandise, including the 90s ECU vintage tees and hats. Check out Tailgate Classics in person, 304 Evans Street, or online at shoptailgateclassics.com. Tailgate Classics, bringing back the throwbacks.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Are you starting to plan your holiday travel for this year? Book today on American Airlines at PGV and enjoy the friendly convenience of flying from your local airport. American Airlines and PGV. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. Unfortunately, many organizations today simply react to IT issues after the damage is done. This is known as the break-fix cycle in the tech service industry. University PC Care's Business Services Division has a better way, a proactive solution called BizCare. What's at your office? Call William at University PC Care today to schedule your free BizCare consultation or learn more at universitypccare.com.
Ahoy there, mateys! It's Captain Jack Spare of R&R Tire Express, your local tire and wheel shop in Greenville, offering affordable, easy payment options for easy ownership. Savvy? Our customers love our treasure of tires and wheels, easy payment options, and customer care package too. To learn more about R&R, stop by 3920 US 264 or rnrtires.com.
This is ECU basketball coach Joe Dooley, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Save lives, be a hero, and make $1,000 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. Start now at Biomat USA on 505 South Memorial Drive. A better donor experience and better pay. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you need beer for the weekend? The Jarvis Street Bottle Shop near Christie's Euro Pub is a specialty shop selling craft, domestic, and import brews, along with wine and growlers. The bottle shop offers monthly beer and wine tastings featuring rotating North Carolina craft breweries, along with live music and discounts. Stop by Tuesday through Sunday or check out the Jarvis Street Bottle Shop on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Rock.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Friday, Football Friday, Free Beer Friday. Looking at the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard coming up tonight, a handful of college football games. They get underway at 6:30 on CBS Sports Network with Middle Tennessee at the Charlotte 49ers. A good one at 7 o'clock on the Deuce. Wake Forest and Virginia. Virginia, a home favorite in this game. Total is at 70, so they're expecting some fireworks in Charlottesville. That should be a good one tonight. Also, Liberty is at Syracuse. Liberty, a road favorite in that one. Coming up tonight, 8 o'clock on the ACC network. And number 22, Fresno State, coming off a win over UCLA, will take on Damon Magazoo's UNLV Running Rebels. And the Rebels are off to a rough start as they are rebuilding there out in Vegas. They are 30-point underdogs to Fresno State coming up tonight. Looking at Major League Baseball, one score on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard. The Cardinals lead the Cubs 4-0. Cardinals have made a major push to be that second team in the wild card in the National League and will face either LA or San Francisco, whoever finishes second in the West in a wild card game. The Braves and Padres play tonight, and they are scheduled to play at 10 o'clock on ESPN. They will resume a suspended game. It's 5-4, and I'm trying to see what inning. Looks like they'll be in the sixth inning with the Padres up 5-4, and they will resume that game coming up later on today. They will finish that one and then have the full game coming up later tonight on ESPN. Yankees Red Sox on ESPN at 7 o'clock. Right now, the Red Sox would be the number one wild card team in the American League. The Yankees have passed the Blue Jays for now by a game, and they would be the second wild card. So right now you got the AL East all battling to make the playoffs. The Rays are in, and they're going to win the East. But the Yankees, Red Sox, Blue Jays all with a shot to make it to postseason baseball. Stephen Igo's Mariners win again. They are hanging around. It looks pretty unlikely at this point, but they're only 2 games back of the Yankees. So if the Red Sox were to win tonight and the Mariners were to win, they'd be only one game back of that last wild card spot. So something to look at there. So that is what's going on in Major League Baseball and on your Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard. All right, let's get a break in. We'll come back, and Tony Dunn will join us. We'll go NFL for hour 2. We'll have our Week 3 NFL picks. We will recap the Panthers starting 3-0. They win last night, but it came with a cost, some injuries for some studs on Carolina, including their main weapon, Christian McCaffrey. We'll talk about that, and a change for the NFL playoffs. We saw a change last year where an extra team was added on each side. A change in the schedule for this year. We'll talk about that with Tony Dunn as well when we return on Pirate Radio Live on a Football Friday after this.
Pirate football looks to make it 2 in a row this week as East Carolina hosts Charleston Southern. It's the Pirates Painted Gold game. Tickets start as low as $20. Celebrate family weekend with a Pirate victory this week at Dowdy Ficklen Stadium. Let's get rowdy and dowdy. East Carolina and Charleston Southern Saturday at 6 p.m.
You can paint this with purple.
Save lives, be a hero, and make $1,000 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. At Grifols, it adds up fast. New donors can earn up to $1,000 in your very first month. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA, 505 South Memorial Drive, Greenville. Find your donor center at grifolsplasma.com. Make up to $1,000 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay.
When a storm hits, you can count on Greenville Utilities. They put their emergency storm plan into action to restore power as quickly and safely as possible. If you experience an outage, call them toll-free at 1-855-767-2482. The automated hotline can handle a large number of calls at once, virtually eliminating busy signals, so help can be on the way as fast as possible. Remember, GUC's emergency hotline number is 1-855-767-2482.
There are times in our lives when we feel like we have hit rock bottom with nowhere to go, but that is actually when God is closest to us and building us into who we are meant to be. Hi, I'm Holton Ahlers, and that's how Built When Broken was formed. BuiltWhenBroken.com is an apparel brand to remind people not only where they've come from, but also where they are going. Visit BuiltWhenBroken.com to get the latest BWB apparel, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and more. BuiltWhenBroken.com, apparel for our walk through life.
The best place for delicious food and great prices is Familia. Familia has something for everyone, like New York-style pizza, lasagna, chicken, veal, or eggplant parmesan, homemade meatballs, plus a variety of seafood selections and favorites, like the steak burger and southern pork chop. If you need food to go, Familia's drive-thru window is open and ready for all takeout orders. Familia, Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College, and FamiliaNC.com.
Hey, Pirate Nation, this is Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty. I've been in Greenville over 25 years. I'm a proud graduate of ECU. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, then give me a call today and let me help make your real estate process fun and easy. I keep it simple and explain the process every step of the way. My goals are your goals. There are no long-term contracts, and you always deal with me from start to finish. The right home starts with the right agent. Call me, Scott Harris, at 347-1857. Go Pirates!
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Hey Pirate Nation, be sure you have the best comfortable shoes this tailgate season with a stop at Fleet Feet. This is ECU alum Chris Lunyon, owner of Fleet Feet of Greenville, and we provide solutions through one-on-one service to runners, walkers, and everyone in between. Fleet Feet has the tools and technology to get you on the right shoe, including a 3D foot scanner that measures arch height, width, and more. Come visit us on Greenville Boulevard in the public shopping center right near the stadium. Be sure to run with us on Facebook and Instagram. Fleet Feet, we run for you. Go Pirates!
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Well, welcome back. Hey, join Pirate Radio and Fleet Feet of Greenville to kickstart your game day tomorrow with a $5 5K. The race is an untimed event, and all proceeds will be donated to Robbie's Clubhouse. For $10, you can sign up for the run and get a t-shirt, or just skip the shirt and do the run for only $5. The race starts at 8 a.m. once again tomorrow morning at Fleet Feet on Greenville Boulevard. You can sign up. We've had over 125 people sign up already. And if you want to sign up, it's not too late. Just go to runsignup.com and search Pirate Radio. It's the $5 5K tomorrow, September 25th at 8 a.m. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
$5 5K. Sounds good. Shirley Rhodes here. Big dog Glenn Griffin here as well. Chandler off to do his high school play-by-play duties. I do have Chandler's picks, which we will get to.
And it's his birthday, by the way.
Happy birthday to Chan Man. Forgot about that. I wished him an early happy birthday about 20 minutes before midnight last night, and said his Panthers gave him a nice birthday present. And we'll talk about the Panthers and the NFL in this next hour with Tony Dunn, who's coming in kind of Barry White today. He's got that I was up late voice, and it's because Tony was putting in some work hours late last night following the Panthers win. What time did y'all finish up with the C3 postgame?
It was around 2 o'clock in the morning.
Welcome to my world, baby.
I know. It's like
sounds familiar.
I mean, I'm at the point where I just hear no caller goes unserved every time, and I'm like, wait, this is only a good idea when we first got started.
A lot of interest. Congratulations to you guys, Tony, and I guess we got to say congrats to your team. Like, how much are these injuries, and we'll dive into them, how much is that weighing on you while you celebrate your 3-0 start?
Yeah, the 3-0 start is exciting. There's a lot of good things about this team, but it did feel like a Pyrrhic victory to a certain degree, and that is that it came at a great cost. Right, Christian McCaffrey, hamstring injury, out for a few weeks. Right now, they're not putting him on IR, so that means it could be 2 weeks, but if any more than that, they would put him on the short-term IR. The real loss comes to J.C. Horn, 3 broken bones in his foot, and I just read that him and his family are evaluating how they're going to treat it. Some people thought he was going to be able to come back by the end of the season, but that kind of information leads me to believe that they might just shut it down and get whatever surgery needs to be done and look towards next year.
Probably, yeah. That's such a catch-22 where if he believes or his camp believes he could go without surgery, return like late in the season or something, Tony, try to play through it. Does that linger on into next year, and do you waste time? So it's a tough call for him to make. And speaking of lingering, like injuries could be way worse than a hamstring, but is that one that fully heals, or is that one that lingers on throughout the season?
You know, those hammy injuries they do seem to just bother players all season long. So, I mean, I could see this being a problem, but immediately the worst part about this injury for me is that it just sparked the whole conversation of, well, maybe we used him too much, and then I just can't deal with it. Look, it's just
I want to say, Tony, I have been on you don't have to give the guy 30 touches a week, maybe 25 or something, but this has nothing to do with that. I saw so I'm going to say no, the usage thing I don't think anything to do with this. I did see a lot of people blaming Thursday Night Football on this. I would say that probably has more to do with it than how much he's been used so far. But I don't even know if that's the reason why.
Yeah, I mean, sadly, these things just happen, especially when you're like these most explosive athletes, and you saw it. I mean, he wasn't hit. I mean, obviously, you don't pull muscles usually when you get hit, but man, this stuff happens. And then I hate that it just kind of continues to feed the narrative that Christian McCaffrey's injury prone and to this effect. But Yeah, I wonder sometimes if these guys train too hard. And that, is that people talk about the touches, but like these guys' workout regimens, if you see what Christian McCaffrey does in the offseason, that, can lead to these types of things. I don't know. I'm just glad it's not a knee or something that could be, he can get back after a hamstring at some point.
Yeah, I don't, and people can look at me and tell I'm not a workout guy. Tony is actually. Great pictures on his Facebook of him flexing and all that. But it's kind of like, is it an inexact science, like these diets? Like, all right, here's what you should do for your diet. You should only eat this. And then there's another one that says, don't eat that. Make sure you're only eating this. So is this the same thing for workouts too? Like, I
think so.
There's no like true, proper, exact way to do it.
And you're pushing your body to the limit all the time. These professional athletes aren't just going to the gym and doing a little bit. They're going out to the gym and doing a lot. They're training all week and all year. And then they go out in the field and push their body to the extreme. So this type of stuff happens. Good news for my fantasy football team, who has been struggling and languishing in a Super Bowl hangover. I did draft Chuba Hubbard as a backup plan here, and I need all my running backs stink and are hurt. So hey, he's not great, but he's going to get some touches.
I remember sitting here, I believe it was on a Friday when they picked him up. It might have, I know I at least said something to Chandler. I think you were here though, and I was like, Panthers signed former Bronco Royce Freeman. Who cares? And now he's like in a game making an impact. So
who's that?
Those little moves matter, I guess. And Chuba Hubbard is now going to be a factor as well in the game. I got to give major props to Joe Brady and Sam Darnold and the Panthers offense for moving the football last night. I know it was against the Texans.
Sure.
They're going to have much tougher tests moving forward. But for them to not just play out the string, but to continue to pick up first down after first down. Finally, they turned those into touchdowns later in the game. I give them a lot of credit last night for playing without McCaffrey.
It did seem that the offense was a little dazed and confused after the Christian McCaffrey injury, but after the halftime, Sam Darnold came out there and played a very, very good game. Took a lot of heat on the post-game show last night for just not gushing with enthusiasm for how great Sam Darnold was. Is that I think this is that he played what you need a winning quarterback to play like, right? Is that, he didn't exceed some superstar or meet some superstar benchmark. He played like a guy who's trying to revitalize his career and play to his potential, and that's what I expect of him. So he's been exceeding expectations, but I'm not ready to. Look, there's a lot of plays he left on the field too. A lot of balls that he dropped and put on the ground last night. So there's some things that even he can improve on, but I felt like it was a gritty performance, right? Is that the offensive line was playing terrible, and he got through it. Now, I think the Texans, you got to give them some credit for having a lot of fight in them. These guys, they play. Poor David Culley. Got a team that loves him. They play hard for him.
Sam Darnold had 300 yards passing and 2 rushing touchdowns. He's basically Cam Newton at his prime. The numbers say that, Tony.
There is one I put. I saw one Panther fan put out that Sam Darnold is undoubtedly the best dual threat quarterback in the league right at the moment.
Yeah, I tell you what, he got out and ran, and they called it back on a hold. He is not a slow fella.
No, this is why he was a top 3 or 4 draft
thought he
pick.
could do
It's
things
because
like
he
that.
could do all the things that he did last night.
Yeah.
So this is Darnold living up to his potential.
Yeah.
Now we got to keep it going. And the thing is, now the shift, the onus of responsibility for our success on offense is shifting to him.
I was fired up last Thursday night because Washington has one weapon that is better than a lot of the defenders on the field in every game, and that's Terry McLaurin, and you have to feed him the ball. Last night, Darnold did a smart thing, find his moneymaker. When McCaffrey's not in, that's DJ Moore, 8 catches, 126 yards. He left the game at one point, Tony. Looked kind of bad when he was like laying on the sidelines, but went back in the game. I guess he's good to go. Okay.
I hope so. Yeah. I haven't heard anything further.
What do you think about him getting the rock as much as he did?
This is like what's been happening in Carolina for 3 years, really, is DJ has been eating the whole time. He is he's a reception monster, man. He collects it. He just doesn't get in the end zone a ton, and that's why he hasn't gotten that top receiver kind of buzz.
12 targets. Had that big one that was a little in front of.
That was the one.
Yeah.
That was that play right there. All of a sudden, you're saying this thing. Now we're cooking. But he had 100 yards by the end. There was 11 minutes left in the second quarter. He had 100 yards. So he had a great game. And the question, and look, I guess the cool thing about that is if he finished with 8 for 125, and he had 100 of those in the first quarter, basically. That shows you that Sam Darnold came out and they really diversified the game plan with the absence of Christian McCaffrey. And my co-host, Cody Lashney, on the C3 Panthers podcast, he's putting out a kind of a hot take in that this could be a blessing in disguise, missing Christian McCaffrey for Joe Brady to diversify his offense, and we'll really get to see what Joe Brady is made of.
That's true. Okay, good for him. Not great for the Panthers.
Right. I don't want. That's like the thing is like I don't want to try that just to try it.
Yeah.
It's like if you go and play like Call of Duty or something, you're like, I'm just going to play with snipers rifles. It's like, yeah, it's cool, but you don't have to do that.
Is Tommy Tremble a cult hero amongst Panthers fans yet?
He's got to be. Do you know he is the youngest player in NFL history to have a rushing touchdown?
Really?
Yes. The last person that was, or the next person was Rob Gronkowski, was 22 years old and more days. So he's only 22, and he had a rushing touchdown last night.
Had one catch for 30 yards. I don't know anything about this guy. But
Notre Dame.
Third round pick out of Notre Dame.
Yeah. The Notre Dame offense doesn't.
He could legally drink a beer like 3 months ago.
Like he was, yeah. I mean, he was drafted and drinking on the same day.
Yeah, pretty much. So Tommy Tremble, it was good to see him.
I'm trembling.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. Terrace Marshall, the rookie, had 4 catches last night. I don't know who Alex Erickson is. He had a catch.
We don't know who he returns punts for us, but we just.
Does he also go by Zylstra some games? Is that the same guy?
No,
okay, those are different players.
Different guy, but also people we don't know.
We've talked about the offense. I mean, the defense is the story. They are playing at a historically good rate.
It's pretty awesome
at this point, Tony. And I said this last night. You hadn't played world beaters, but 3-0 is 3-0. And one thing I look at when schedules come out for Washington is, all right, who do we play on the road? Because to be a playoff team, you got to do good in your division, and you got to steal a few on the road, and that'll get you to 10 wins to the playoffs. Panthers are 1-0 in the division, 1-0 on the road. Again, not great competition, but that's huge right now. I mean, that looks good.
You can only beat the people play the people on your schedule, right? And the Panthers have, I think we've gotten better from week to week. The defense, though, is trying to show you that they're legit. And the linebackers are playing better. Shaq Thompson in the number 7 is the comeback player of the year in my mind at this point. I had given up.
You've been down on him,
yeah, for a long time. And again, this is where when we set our expectations so high, it's so easy to fall short. And I was so hype about Shaq Thompson when he came out. But they've been throwing curveballs at him for the last 4 years.
I'll get to that in a moment.
But Hassan Reddick, Brian Burns, this defensive line, everybody is getting involved. The pressure, the harassment of the quarterback. I mean, they put there's like APBs for these guys. All points. What is it? All point bulletin?
Yeah, APB. Let's stick to APB.
For like all of these, it felt like last night they could have had 40 sacks.
Yeah.
They only have 4.
They should have had one more. They called that pass incomplete,
which was messed up. The refs. Can we talk about this a little bit? Is that the only reason we're not talking about it more is because the Panthers won by a significant margin. But it seemed like the refs were calling everything against the Panthers, and really some of that is going to be sloppy play, like defensive lineman lined up in the neutral zone. Bravion Roy, I think that happened to him either twice, maybe. But the offsides, the false start penalty down on the goal line was offsides. I mean, it was so clear. There were PI calls that were left on the field.
Very early.
DJ, and that might have been when DJ was like laying on the sideline. So the referees, they did have some home cooking going on.
Ross, good callback in the chat from earlier this week. He said Zylstra. Is that how you say his name?
Yes.
Had to sit out the game last night after Chandler's diss. I think Chandler called him a random white kid earlier this week.
So we put in the other random white kid.
And I think at the time, Ross said, wow, Zylstra will never recover from that. And sure enough, he hasn't had a catch since.
Interesting note on Zylstra is that he started a scholarship for kids to go to historically black colleges, the HBCs.
Oh, yeah?
Right. Yeah, so he is...
Zylstra sounds like a...
Greek name or something?
It sounds like some sort of medication or
it does.
Some kind of ingredient you put like in the Olestra chips. Do you remember those from years ago?
Gosh,
and it caused everybody to have diarrhea. I don't eat anything with Zylstra in it.
No.
Chad wants to talk about David Sills, a.k.a. Davis Mills' neck. We did that yesterday. I mean...
He looks like a giraffe.
But it's different than a Mike Glennon long neck because he's got a thick long neck. Like he's got a nice neck.
Boy, I tell you, that guy, he got crushed last night, and he made some good plays. And he played tough.
I tell you what, the world really rallies around a quarterback that gets his ass kicked. It's like you start to feel sorry for him, and he has bad numbers where you're like, man, this kid is tough as nails.
He got crushed several times. I mean, that Hassan Reddick sack, man, I don't know how he got up.
You said the Panthers are getting better week to week. Tony, you liked it. They put this team away last night, which they dominated that Jets game. I watched it, but like the Jets were in it. They did, and it took them a while to do it. I saw your face when I said that, but they did put them away.
They did.
It just took a little while.
They did. It really felt like it should have been like 60-0. Yeah. One other thing is finally Joey Sly gave us some points.
Oh man!
Did you see that? Joey Sly goes to tie it up, misses extra points.
Oh yeah, one thing I did want to compliment you on because I had the Texans +8. I was like, well, that's going to come back to haunt me. I thought you had a bit of the big head going all week. You're like, not only the Panthers going to win, they're covering, hammer it. Like I saw you repeat this multiple times. I was like, Tony's really getting a little too far out there. Good call, Tony. You got it. Good work.
Man, that defense, I think they lead every statistical category that is imaginable. I mean, just pick one. As last week, my favorite, I put up a poll and it was like, what's your favorite defensive statistic? Is it yards allowed per game? Is it points allowed per game? For me,
that's actually a good question. So what's your favorite?
Third down percentage.
Yeah.
Before this week, and what was Houston's third down percentage last night? Because before this game, teams were only converting 25% of third downs against us. So it might have gone up a little bit because I felt like they had
1 of 9.
Oh,
that's awful.
That is awesome. That means that 25% is like at a solid 11 by now.
Yeah, I can look at the Panthers on the.
So that, I mean, and then the sacks. I think if we do the math, and I can't do quick math, we've got 14 sacks times 17. No, what is that? Is that 4? Not 4. 3.5 a game. We're probably at like
10
I'm trying to. Yeah, we have 14 sacks.
Oh, divided by 3
games.
So you're over.
So I think we're like on pace for like 80 sacks this season.
Yeah. Let's see if I can find. I can't find the third down. But the Panthers defense right now, as I said, playing at a historic level. And when does this come back down to earth? When you play Dallas, who has one of the best offenses in the league, or does it come back?
I don't know. I think that losing Horn does hurt, and it's going to hurt in a game like Dallas where they have so many. He would be great. Like, wouldn't it be great to see J.C. Horn go and shut down C.D. Lamb, who has got like the most targets in the whole league and is having a fantastic season? I don't feel that we're going to just shut them down. But the great news for the Panthers defense is that while the secondary has been playing fantastic, Dante Jackson has been playing out of his mind, particularly in open field tackles for that little guy, that this team's our success is predicated on the pass rush. So hopefully now we might be more like the 2013 team, which was a 60 sack team that had guys like Mike Mitchell in the secondary and just weren't loaded in the secondary, but the pass rush made their lives easy. You saw that happen last night. But yeah, I think Dallas might be. That's a challenge.
Where is that game?
I think it's a road game.
Yeah.
It should be. I would assume. We got to look it up.
Yeah, but that's an offense that you'll really get a test to see how good your defense is. Let's take a break. Ross says he's pretty sure his grandma takes Zylstra to help her sleep at night. And then he said, boy, that came out wrong. So now's a good time to take a break.
Ooh.
We will make some picks. We got some changes to the NFL playoff schedule, which I have mixed feelings on. I think I like it unless my team is involved in it. So we'll talk about that and more when we return. Tony Dunn on an NFL Friday. We're back with you after this.
Hey, Pirate fans, Derek Pizzeni from Carolina Wealth Management. Are you a fiduciary? That's a question every investor should ask their advisor. A fiduciary is an individual who acts in the best interest of a particular person or beneficiary. Is your advisor a fiduciary? You should know it's your money. At Carolina Wealth Management, we do things differently from other investment firms. To learn more about the benefits of working with a fiduciary advisor, visit mycarolinawealth.com. That's mycarolinawealth.com.
Hello, Greenville and Pitt County. We at Pitt County Schools want you to know that we are a thriving and connected school system ready and open for all students this year. We are offering all in-person learning with limited virtual options while operating on a 5-day, full-day schedule for our 38 school campuses. Pitt County Schools offers rigorous academic opportunities such as dual language programs, STEM engagement, global education, and college readiness. We also offer competitive athletics, full support for exceptional children, and career readiness opportunities such as paid apprenticeships and unique business partnerships. Pitt County Schools is fully committed to engage, empower, and elevate every student every day. Visit our website today at pittschools.org, where you'll find our new jam-packed strategic plan, our new mission and vision, our profile of a learner, or check out our unique preschools, elementary schools, middle schools, high schools, and early colleges. Pitt County Schools, engaging, empowering, and elevating every student every day.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
0% alcohol, 0 grams of sugar, full Budweiser flavor. For all the moments you want a beer and need to stay on your game. Budweiser Zero, 0 alcohol, 0 compromise.
Public notice, Discount Master Furniture, Greenville, 1501 Evans Street. Everything must go up to 75% off. Living rooms, bedrooms, dinettes, purple swivel chairs, ECU, $99. Desk chairs, $10. Queen mattresses, $199. Sofas, much more. Discount Master Furniture up to 75% off. 1501 Evans Street in Greenville, and I'll see you there!
Are you suffering from anxiety, sleep issues, or chronic pain? Have you heard of CBD? You can learn about the benefits of CBD right here in Greenville at the Hemp Garden. Hemp Garden offers a variety of products and solutions that are truly making a difference in our community. Hemp Garden also provides products that can assist with energy and focus. Have a pet? Come check out their selection of CBD pet products. Visit Hemp Garden to speak with a CBD specialist in a relaxed and welcoming environment today. Exclusive discounts are offered to first-time customers. Hemp Garden, located at 3040 South Evans Street in the Target Shopping Center in Greenville.
Hey Pirates, this is Holton Ahlers. A big part of my success on the field is what I eat at home. To keep my body filled up, I order meals off a Clean Eats meal plan. I choose the meals I want from 6 different meals offered each week, and I pick them up on Sunday or Monday at the cafe on Red Banks Road. Each meal is packed with the perfect mix of healthy proteins, carbs, and veggies to keep my engine running at full speed. Go to cleaneats.com, click on meal plans, or stop by the cafe and get all the info. Clean Eats and the Pirates, a winning combination.
Hey everybody, this is David Glenn, and you're listening to my favorite station in Eastern North Carolina, Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. When your AC needs repairing or replacing, call on the reliable service professionals of Delcor Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Go to delcorinc.com or give them a call at 321-8868. Delcor, the service professionals in Greenville. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
Clip Rock, Tony Dunn here, Shirley Rhodes, Big Dog on a Friday. Still got Morgan Ahlers coming up at 5 o'clock, Brian North, and we'll hear some comments from Donnie Kirkpatrick and Blake Harrell ahead of East Carolina's game against Charleston Southern on Saturday. About the Pirates last week, Tony.
What a game. What a finish. I tell you this, is that if it didn't end like that, would have been a tough week for you guys.
I know. It changed everything. I mean, it changed the outlook on the season. It changed the outlook certainly for this week. And now, if you get a win tomorrow, that's 2 in a row and a huge game against Tulane next Saturday.
Clip's attitude on the fifth quarter call-in. Boy, you were pumped. You were pumped.
I was so excited.
It was awesome. I mean,
for myself and for the fans and listeners calling in.
It was fantastic, great. Man. We needed that. It was a little injection of not a little injection, a big injection of excitement for a fan base that is yearning for that.
Hey, Glenn, I'll be honest. I was literally going to text after that game that I have no further questions for the players on the Players Lounge on Mondays. Like, you guys can take over. I'm good. But now that they won, I was ready to come to work on Monday.
I think they were too.
Definitely.
I mean, it's tough for them. I mean,
absolutely.
They don't want to talk about a loss.
Hell no.
I tell you one thing is that they're the only people that believed in themselves that
I agree.
in them that day. Because at one point I thought it was just completely over, especially when they started
17
running
down.
When they were running the ball all over the place, I was like, man, this clock is about to disappear.
Yeah, true.
Game over. And you know who believed in them? They did. So congrats to them.
I thought they had got physically outmatched again, kind of like they did against App State, but it was speed this time that got them. But
how about that game last night, by the way? App State wins it by 1. Great game against Marshall last night.
I hate to bring up fan videos, but of course, did you see the fan video of the App State kids?
Yeah.
That's tough, man. Just don't do that.
Yeah.
Just don't do it, bro. It's not a good look for anybody.
Yeah. I don't know.
I didn't see it.
It sucks. Just
don't
people being idiots.
Yeah.
Tony, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I hear that phrase a lot. The NFL playoffs is one of the greatest things going, and we're so used to how it's always been. Last year, they added a super wild card weekend.
Which was fun.
And I like it.
Yeah, I did.
More is always good. I think I like this, but I got to tell you, if it's my team getting 2 days, basically, less rest than another playoff team, I'm not going to like it. The NFL is extending wild card weekend. One of its first round playoff games will be played on Monday, January 19th. So you'll have 2 wild card games on Saturday, 4:30, 8:15. What a day! Love that. Sunday, 1 o'clock, 4:40, 8:15. What a day! Love that. And then you'll have a Monday night game at 8:15.
Trash.
Is it too much?
Yeah.
Why
didn't they do 3 on Saturday, 3 on Sunday?
Right. Why didn't you have the Saturday night game?
The whole weekend.
I think I'm with you.
After seeing what happened to the Panthers last night on Thursday Night Football, everybody has talked about how Thursday Night Football has factored in the short rest contributing to bad games historically, and in our case, injuries. The only good thing about it is that you have, I guess, kind of a mini bye afterwards. They really should. You should only be playing on Thursday night if you're coming off of a bye.
Yeah.
And on top of that, this is once again another great example why we need 2 byes in the NFL schedule.
If you're going to extend the schedule this long,
yeah,
you got to have 2 byes.
I like watching football on Monday nights.
Yeah. If it's your team, you are screwed in this situation.
I do not like giving somebody a short week during the playoffs.
I know, yeah.
That's rough.
It is going to be great, though, if it's the team you're playing.
That is true.
I mean, sure, but that's
and then their fans are going to be like, well, if we had one more day.
But you know what, Tony? I'm with you. You said it right there at the beginning. Let's go 3 Saturday, 3 Sunday. It was awesome last year. It would be awesome this year.
Yeah. That way, I mean, let's say
is a money grab.
Theoretically, you get this matchup between the Monday Night Football team and a team that played on Saturday, or a team that was at a bye. I mean, it just is worst case scenario.
If you play the team that played Saturday at 4:35, you're talking like your game's going into Tuesday on that Monday game. It's like a 3-day difference.
Right, they're
It
getting
really
a 3-day rest on you.
Yeah. So,
money.
anyway. Yeah. All right, let's get to the picks. Last week, Tony and I were 11-4. Good week, Tony. Chandler was 10-5.
We're back, man. I was worried because I don't ever remember exactly what I picked. You know, so I'm always thinking about it when I'm driving here, and I was like, gosh, I really hope I pulled it out this week because last week I was at 8-8.
I did good on my island games. I was 2-1. I had the Bears over the Bengals. I had the Ravens over the Chiefs. I lost the Vikings against the Cardinals because of a field goal at the end. Tony did good on his standalone with the 49ers on the road against the Eagles. I think that might have been...
What a boring game that was.
We both had the Titans, had the Seahawks. Expert pick there, Tony.
And, boy, it was not looking good at first, was it? I thought, man, I'm not picking the Titans anymore.
All right. I have seen the Bills hammer Washington over the years, and that could happen again, or... For some reason, this kind of reminds me of Washington at Pittsburgh last year, where Pittsburgh was undefeated. There was like no way in hell we could go in there. The spread is similar in this game, and they went in there. They came out with a victory. I'm not picking my team here, though. I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills to beat Washington in Buffalo.
I'm going to go with you here in Bills. I like your reasoning, though. The Washington football team coming off of a Thursday night game, so they've had they've had a couple of extra days of rest. Heineke, the hero, lights out at the end, in that flip flop of a game. But one of the narratives that's interesting is Josh, what's his name? Josh, the Bills quarterback, Allen.
Yeah.
Josh Allen, is that they're talking about how he's not played well this season.
Yeah.
And was last season a flash in the pan? Do they get it back together? I'm going to go Bills here because they did. He didn't really even have to play last week, and they won.
They won 35-0
on the Dolphins. By the way, I tried to pick up Carolina in our league, and somebody on the waiver wire beat me. And then the news came out that Tua was out, so I just looked up whoever Miami was playing, and I got the Raiders defense.
All right, there you go. Raiders at home this week. Bears, Chandler is also taking the Bills. Glenn, if you have any thoughts or disagreements, you can chime in.
Bills to the end, baby.
Josh Allen for life. Browns at home against the Bears. Justin Fields making his first start, Tony. I will take Cleveland at home.
Didn't you pick the Bears last week and they won?
Yes.
That was a good pick.
Well, they played the Bengals.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell y'all.
And it was a lot of interceptions for the younger quarterback.
Burrow threw three consecutive passes, I believe.
Oh, that wasn't Zach Wilson?
And then you had Wilson, who at one point had like more picks than completions. It was a wild week. And a bunch of quarterbacks left the game last week too, Tony.
Yeah, so, I'm going to pick the Browns.
I am as well. And I think Chandler is as well. I do not like the thing he sent me this week with his picks. It's hard to see. He's going to take the Browns. All right.
I got to be honest.
Okay.
I don't think Chandler should get to do the picks because he's never here.
The only reason I'm allowing him to do it is because the high school season's only a few more weeks, and he's going to be here for like the last 12, 13 weeks.
I think he should have to deal with.
He would be so sad.
I think
might make the comeback like a 40-game comeback.
I think he should have to deal with whatever my picks are. And he has to claim them as his own.
Oh,
that's
wow.
That's the way that thing works.
He's going to have to
whoever's in the
you
seat
to
gets to
job.
make the picks.
All right, I'm down with that. Who are you taking in this one?
What was the game?
Bears and Browns.
Man, that's tough.
It's not.
Justin Fields didn't look that great.
It's Browns, yeah.
Raven,
because is Baker playing?
Yeah,
Baker's playing, so it's fine.
Ravens at Lions. I will take Baltimore on the road.
Yeah, definitely.
Lions are frisky. I'll give them that.
They put up points.
They really played a good first half last week.
They were winning.
And then the second, it just didn't have enough horses in the stable to keep going.
Well, and it rained, and apparently Jared Goff is allergic to water because he couldn't hold on to the football.
Were they in Detroit?
No, they were in Lambeau.
Oh, okay.
It was raining hard.
Because if it rained in Detroit, does that matter?
It was leaking. Ravens, Lions.
I mean, come on.
All right. Colts at Titans. I don't want to make fun of a guy, and I'm not going to, but it is very weird to have 2 broke ankles. In fact,
remember the movie Kids?
Yeah.
Do you remember the guy that was on the in the bus? He was saying, "I have no legs. I have no legs." He was on a little skateboard. That's Carson Wentz right now.
I was thinking of Misery, like the movie. Somebody bricked his legs.
Is
somebody Dave Chappelle or not Dave Chappelle, but Rick James' legs. Carson Wentz down on the couch and
it's really funny to see. It's kind of like the Sam Darnold graphic where it says "out mononucleosis,"
out legs.
But I saw a tweet today, and it said Carson Wentz parentheses ankles. Like to see it in form is just so funny.
Because if it was like elbows, it would be weird.
Get well soon, Carson Wentz.
Elbows.
Did he? All right. Last time I went to Disney
What
World,
if it said head, shoulder, knees, and toes?
last time I went to Disney World, my fat foot started hurting, so I started putting more weight on the other foot, and then a day or 2 later, both feet were hurting equally. Did that happen to Wentz?
Questionable today at Disney World.
Feet.
I will take the Titans. I'm not good at picking Titans games, but I'm gonna take them against the Colts.
Carson Wentz practiced today.
On a
skateboard.
Oh, you know those things where
the little scooters that they give you, where they
but you have one leg free. Somehow he's got both of his knees up.
Or he's just
around.
like in that little cart that at the grocery store, the motorized one. Well, did anybody mention
Wentz rolls back,
fumble in the end zone last week or whatever? 4th down. Oh, went for it on 4th down and fumbled it. Terrible.
Didn't they get to the inside the 10 twice and not score? I think.
I'll take the Titans as well.
Glenn.
Tighten up.
Chargers at Chiefs.
This is tough, man. The Chargers. What happened to them last week?
The same thing that happened to them against Washington. They moved the ball down the field, got in the red zone, and forgot how to play football.
They're the same old Chargers.
They really are. I love Herbert. But they are the same team they've always been.
The curse of Phillip Rivers hangs over them.
I think Dallas got some good calls, some friendly calls from the referees in that game as well. That helped out. And is Dallas that good?
Dallas is good offensively.
Yeah,
I'm picking the Chiefs. I'm not saying there's no.
Well, I'm picking the Chiefs, but I think it's going to be a good game.
I do. It could be an upset.
Yeah, Chiefs.
All right. Saints at Patriots. What kind of game are you expecting from the Saints, Tony? I called their downfall last week. Now, do they rise back up, or do they? No, I
think Bill Belichick's going to have too much for Jameis Winston to deal with. I don't think they'll get blown out necessarily
because the spread's only 3. It looks a little low.
Because people don't believe the Patriots can score.
Right.
That's why. And the
defense is fine, but the offense is questionable.
I'm going to pick the Patriots at home because I'm yet to be a Jameis Winston believer.
All right.
I believe in the Pats defense over Jameis Winston.
And the injuries are too much for the Saints. And I know that you got to play each week, but the list is so crazy long. Is that they're not playing with all their guys. And the Patriots, I don't know what their injury report is like. But will Mac Jones get a touchdown ever?
What, he doesn't have a passing touchdown?
I don't know if he didn't last week. I know that.
What is the deal with Michael Thomas? When's he supposed to come back?
Was that hand?
I don't know.
Hands.
He can't catch.
The guy that could only catch before has no hands now.
Falcons at Giants. This one is so tricky. I want to take the Giants minus 2.5 and just run with it.
They're so bad.
But both of these teams stink. It wouldn't shock me if Matt Ryan had a 400-yard day and they win this. I'm going to take the Giants at home.
Me too. I'm just taking the home team, and I hate the Giants. I've lost on. Man, why didn't I learn in week 1? Why haven't I learned?
You never learned.
They're bad.
So the Giants, they're bad.
Are you
they
taking
are.
the Falcons?
They're bad.
It's the two worst teams.
They're the worst.
I guess you got
injury report. Horrible.
Giants, I reckon.
Yeah, Falcons are going to win that. We all have the Giants. All right, let's get a break in. We'll come back. We got more games to pick. Hopefully, some better ones. Bucks at Rams is a great game. NFC Championship contender.
2 best teams in the NFC.
I think so. We'll pick that and 3-0 Panthers.
3-0.
You forgot so quickly, Glenn.
One team is quarterbacked by Sam Darnold.
It was good. Hey, a gaseless Darnold may be okay.
Anything gaseless is a good thing. More to go.
We ain't afraid of these ghosts.
Hour 2. We're back after this.
Do you suffer from allergies, asthma, or any other sinus problems? Perhaps professional cleaning of your air ducts could help. Family owned and operated in Winterville for over 22 years, Carolina Quality Air was the first certified duct cleaning company in Eastern North Carolina. From residential to commercial, they can handle any size job, big or small, including our studios here at Pirate Radio. Carolina Quality Air uses a sanitizer that kills mold in your ductwork and over 100 viruses, including the coronavirus. Visit them online at carolinaqualityair.com.
Hello, this is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. Now is the time to take advantage of the opportunity to buy more home or refinance your current mortgage at historically low rates. The combination of our local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for most financial situations. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250, Equal Housing Lender.
At Union Bank, we understand you live life on the go. That's why our banking options are designed to serve you, wherever you are. If you want to meet us in person at one of our local branches, complete banking tasks on the go from the mobile app, or bank from your office with convenient remote deposit and cash management services, we're everywhere you need us to be. Whether you're simply managing a busy schedule or an entire business, we're right there with you with personalized service and helpful tools. Call or visit us online at unionbanknc.com. Union Bank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
This is Dr. Phil Perdue with Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. My colleagues and I recognize how difficult this time is for everyone in our community. We continue to see patients during the week while taking precautions to keep everyone safe. Our extended care clinic is now open on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. so you can avoid the emergency department for your urgent orthopedic care. For more information, please contact us at 757-2663 or visit our website at orthoeast.com.
Every team knows that the two-point play can be a winning move. That's why I'm here. State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer and my team are here to help you go for two by combining your home and auto insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go for the win and score some savings by combining your home and auto. It's just another way we're here to help life go right. Call me, Timothy Sawyer, at 493-0002 today.
BMS Builders is your premier custom builder in Eastern North Carolina. With Blackwood and Mills Creek in Greenville, Dalton's Cove in Farmville, and Belmar in Ayden, these are just a few of the developments featuring BMS Builders homes. They can build the home of your dreams. Just ask Dr. Dennis Ross in Greenville or East Carolina football coach Mike Houston. They built their homes, and they can build yours as well. BMS Builders. Give them a call at 916-1578 for BMS Builders. University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. They thank you for your continued support and trust during these trying times. Many services can be done remotely and free pickup and delivery is available. As a Dell business partner and Apple authorized service provider, you can count on University PC Care for all your personal and business tech support needs. To make a remote appointment or to bring in your device for service at their Greenville or New Bern locations, call 558-1280 or go online at universitypccare.com.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
This is Big John Williams, strength and conditioning coach for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Jersey Mike's open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. You can order in-store or online through the Jersey Mike's app. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. Now let's head back in. Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, back with you, making some picks. Week 3 of the NFL season. We got a triple header. Shirley, can you pull those games at some point before we get out of here in the next 10 minutes?
I can pull them up in about 2 seconds here.
1.
Well,
2.
Figuratively speaking.
2.5. 2 3/4.
2 3/4.
350.
Triple header coming up this weekend and Monday Night Football here on Pirate Radio. And we'll let you know who we got momentarily.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the computer to load here.
We're going to wait it out.
You're going to wait it out. It's, okay, I should have probably said like 30
Get
seconds.
back at me in a moment.
Yeah, okay, I got it right here.
All right, what
okay, we've got the Colts and Titans.
Good game in the AFC South.
Bucks and Rams.
Great game.
Game of the week.
And then
Niners-Packers. Good Sunday night game as well, I guess.
So just sit in your car and listen.
Yeah. Niners are kind of boring, aren't they, though?
God, they are not. They haven't been very good.
Bengals at Steelers. I want to take the Bengals.
Nice.
I need an upset pick. I'm going to take the Bengals on the road at Pittsburgh.
After you made so much fun of them last week with Chicago.
I know.
Oh, is Ben playing? He's hurt. Yeah, give me the Bengals.
Well, he's probably going to play, though. Did you still want him?
Yeah.
All right. Glenn, Bengals at Steelers.
Give me them Bengals.
We all took the Bengals.
It's not an upset.
On the road at Pittsburgh.
It's only 3
I just feel like Pittsburgh's been playing above water too much. I feel like they've been playing above their weight a little bit.
I agree.
Especially on defense.
I think the Bengals are feisty. Cardinals at Jaguars. I will take the Cardinals on the road.
Yeah, the Jags.
So
man.
last week, Tony, I think you said like this is a big one for the Cardinals to prove if they're legit or not. I mean, did they? I mean, they won, but
man, it was a shootout. Yeah. I think that the Vikings impressed me more than anything.
We'll get to them in a moment.
They were, man. Kirk Cousins was dealing out there.
I feel like Kurt has 4 of those games a year, though. And that keeps him under his contract.
Yeah,
I keeps everything afloat for him.
I do think the Cardinals are legit. They got a lot of weapons.
Okay,
Rondell Moore. That's who.
The Cards are legit.
We're taking the Cardinals in this game. Jets at Broncos. I picked up Teddy Bridgewater because he has been phenomenal this year, Tony Dunn. I might play him in this game. I will take the Broncos at home.
Who are they playing again?
The Jets.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Glenn?
Defense alone wins that game for the Broncos.
All right. Dolphins at Raiders. Why is this line only 3.5?
I don't get it. I want the Raiders here.
And Tua's out.
That's your team.
Who's starting?
Jacoby
Brissett. Justin Forsett.
Jacoby Brissett, like brisket.
3.5. God, I want to take the Dolphins here because Vegas is telling.
Vegas doesn't like the home team. Vegas doesn't like the Raiders at all.
Super fishy.
I'm taking the Raiders.
Vegas is taking all that Vegas money from Raiders fans,
right?
And they think the Dolphins are going to cover in this game.
No way. Can I go back to the last game for 1 second? The Broncos have had one of the easiest schedules in the history of the world. They have played.
You say this as a Panthers fan,
because the Panthers fan Panthers schedule is pretty easy for the next 6 games.
We played but we played the Saints. They started with the Giants last week. Who they play last week? Somebody terrible, and this week they host the Jets.
Last week,
Jacksonville.
Yeah, Jacksonville. So yeah.
And they play the Jets. True.
They have beating up on bad quarterbacks.
They have one on the road. I'll give them a little bit of credit for that.
Just wait until Teddy's got to play from behind. Not this week though. Maybe Zach Wilson comes out and says, and shrugs it off. I think the New York market is so reactionary. They went from loving Zach Wilson after game 1 to oh, he's such a bum after game 2. He's going to be fine.
I'm going to take the Dolphins in an upset just for some weird reason. I have just because the line, and I like Flores. I think his team puts together a good performance this week. Dolphins at Raiders.
I was looking at it, and if you take the quarterback out of the situation, I feel like the Dolphins have the better team overall.
I don't. Yeah,
I mean,
and maybe
fair.
like a better organization, maybe, which is wild to say, but.
And I love the way you say organization.
Who are you taking?
I'm taking the Dolphins.
Bucks at Rams. I'm going to take the home team. I'm going to take the Rams to beat the Bucks on Sunday. I'm not going to draw anything from this game. I still think the Bucks are like the best team, but in this matchup this early in the year, I'll take the Rams. If they play later in the playoffs, I might take the Bucks.
Is Antonio Brown playing?
Good question. He's on the COVID list, right?
I'm going to take the Bucks on the road here.
All right, Glenn.
Rams.
Great game. Seahawks at Vikings. We talked to Blake Prohl earlier this week.
Which was a fantastic interview.
Yeah, he's a great dude. And
I wish you would have asked him about that shootout a little.
Well, I did talk about kind of the frantic play of the Vikings and the Seahawks. Like, this matchup is like throw it in a blender and you're going to get a wild freaking game, back and forth, Wilson and Cousins dealing. So I love this game, and I'm going to take the Vikings to finally win one of them. Give me the Vikings at home.
I want the Seahawks.
All right. Well, that was your West pick before the year, right?
What's that?
To win the West?
Ooh, I don't know.
I had the Rams.
Yeah, maybe. No, I think I did pick Rams. I picked Rams because I think I had them in the Super Bowl.
Okay. Glenn?
Give me Russ and them Seahawks.
Yeah. Maybe it was you who was.
That's how I feel.
Packers at Niners, Sunday Night Football. I'm a little torn here because the Niners are boring. Jimmy Garoppolo has like the fourth.
He's terrible, man.
The fourth best record. Now, this is one of those arbitrary stats, but I saw it on the bottom line. It was like, in somebody's first 32 starts in their career, he has the fourth best all-time record, which doesn't make a lot of sense because he's not that good.
He just played on good teams.
He had 13 straight wins over 2 seasons, like he didn't lose, and then he got hurt, and then and then they've been winning this year, but they haven't been good.
I'm taking the the Niners at home.
Wow, I'm going Packers.
Yep. I think Rodgers.
Tony, we have a lot of picks against each other here at the second half of this list. I like it. And I want to take the Eagles on Monday Night Football, but I don't think I'm going to do it. They've got some injuries going on. Their fans are concerned. So I will take Dallas at home.
Same here.
I think this will be a good game. I think the Eagles will stick around.
Same here. I'm going Cowboys here.
Glenn?
I think the Eagles are feisty, but like you said, there's injury problems, and if their fan base is always worried.
That's true.
But
their processes are superior, though.
You know, it's funny that
I don't think so.
The Sixers invented trust the process, and now their football coach has the processes.
Yeah.
Trust the processes.
Just trust the processes.
We are all on the Cowboys on Monday Night Football. That wraps it up. Tony, my team played last Thursday, and I got to tell you, I had a great Sunday.
Did you?
Of just laughing at other teams, saying my team's better than them, watching football. It was fun. I hope you enjoy your Sunday.
I'm excited to pay attention to other football for once.
That is the best thing.
And the
stress-free football watching is awesome.
And the other thing that stinks about the Panthers being on Fox is they have the worst coverage of games around the league. CBS does a better job of highlighting other games. So
I think you do go out to the school board more.
Yeah,
on CBS.
And so you don't know until if you're locked into the game.
You don't know until halftime.
You gotta be looking for it.
They don't show you anything from other games till halftime.
All right,
I might go watch football at the Buck. The Buck.
That's a great place to follow the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard right there at the Buck, watching the games.
Pro radio right here,
That's
baby.
Good work. All right, thank you, Tony. C3 podcast coming up Tuesday night.
Yeah, we got tons of stuff.
That's a big week. Dallas week, baby.
Yeah. We're about to make put our stamp on the league.
That could happen with a win over.
So when you play on Cowboys week, do you get an influx of Cowboys fans?
Oh, I'm sure we will.
I just don't know if you noticed it in the past years because they have such a obnoxious fan base online.
Yeah, I think we did in 2015, and we smoked them on Thanksgiving.
Oh man,
that was a great game.
I had
What
to
a game.
Bye-bye, Romo.
I bet
put you straight in the booth.
I bet on the Cowboys because Romo was coming back, and that was a bloodbath.
It was awesome. Happy
Color rush.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Color rush on
And that
Thanksgiving.
reminds me, I always on Thanksgiving I have a little video that I put out, like a Happy Thanksgiving, and it's like a homage to that game.
Wasn't it like Pick Six, Kuechly, Davis maybe,
Coleman,
like
bloody face Coleman?
Kurt
Remember?
Coleman.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a time out. We'll come back. We'll talk Pirate football, our Bud Light ECU report with Morgan Ahlers, Brian North, also comments from Donnie Kirkpatrick and Blake Harrell. A lot more to go. Hour 3, plus you can be a winner on our free beer Friday giveaway. We got some Bud Light, some Busch Light Apple, and more goodies for you. Hour 3 on the way after this.
Pirate football looks to make it 2 in a row this week as East Carolina hosts Charleston Southern. It's the Pirates Painted Gold game. Tickets start as low as $20. Celebrate Family Weekend with a Pirate victory this week at Dowdy Ficklin Stadium. Let's get rowdy and dowdy. East Carolina and Charleston Southern Saturday at 6 p.m.
You can paint this one purple. Save lives, be a hero, and make $1,000 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. At Grifols, it adds up fast. New donors can earn up to $1,000 in your very first month. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA, 505 South Memorial Drive, Greenville. Find your donor center at grifolsplasma.com. Make up to $1,000 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, a wave of refreshment. Crafted using our unique Brew Pure process. Made pure. Nothing tastes like White Claw Hard Seltzer.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, available in 5 fruit flavors, 2 grams of carbs, gluten-free, and 100 calories. Find it at whiteclaw.com. White Claw Hard Seltzer. Nothing tastes quite like it. Proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage. Please drink responsibly.
There are times in our lives when we feel like we have hit rock bottom with nowhere to go, but that is actually when God is closest to us and building us into who we are meant to be. Hi, I'm Holton Ahlers, and that's how Built When Broken was formed. BuiltWhenBroken.com is an apparel brand to remind people not only where they've come from, but also where they are going. Visit BuiltWhenBroken.com to get the latest BWB apparel, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and more. BuiltWhenBroken.com, apparel for our walk through life.
At US Cellular, we believe you should get more of the latest 5G technology for less of your hard-earned money. Right now, get up to $1,200 off any 5G phone. The choice is yours. Any of our 5G phones with no trade-in or hidden fees. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Sawyer's Fun Park is now open in Greenville. This state-of-the-art 40,000 square foot facility features a 2-story LED interactive laser tag, a one-of-a-kind 2-story ninja course, a ropes course with a 180-degree zip line, and it's only one of 5 in the country that are indoors. Multiple climbing walls, a super cool arcade with 40-plus games, and a brand new full-service cafe and bar for adults. Visit the brand new Sawyer's Fun Park, now open, located right behind ARU on Corey Road, Greenville.
Other food delivery apps charge surprise fees, but Domino's is giving away $50 million worth of surprise frees, like free pizza, lava cakes, or cheesy bread when you order delivery online. And we found some unique ways to get the word out.
Like shouting from the rooftop! Free cheesy!
Screaming it! We even called Paul Revere.
Free lava cakes are coming!
Order delivery online and you could get a surprise free from Domino's. No purchase necessary. Open U.S. residents 13 and up through 11/21/21. Odds of winning are 1 in 14. See rules at surprise frees at Domino's.com for free entry, blackout dates, restrictions, and details.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. You've worked hard to start your business and are working even harder to make it successful, and that's why it's important to have a bank in your corner when you need them. As the business world throws you curveballs, Select Bank & Trust is here to be responsive to your needs. Select Bank's team of local bankers can make local decisions and cares about you, the customer. Get the business services that are right for your business today with Select Bank & Trust. Bank local, bank select. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Rock.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live, hour number 3 on this Football Friday and Free Beer Friday edition of the program. Fired up for Saturday's East Carolina's second home game of the season, taking on Charleston Southern, and the Pirates a 27.5-point favorite. 6 o'clock kickoff time. You'll hear the booming voice of Morgan Ahlers on the PA call inside of Dowdy Ficklin Stadium, and Morgan joins us now on the Fixed NC Live line. He's got the high school huddle coming up at 6 o'clock tonight on Pirate Radio. Morgan, how you doing today?
I am doing well, Cliff. How about yourself?
Doing great. It has been an awesome week, Morgan, because a Pirate win means we have a happy fifth quarter. It means we have some feel-good, positive programs throughout the week. And what a difference a week makes as East Carolina has that big fourth quarter, gets the win against Marshall. I know you were there, Morgan. And what was that like to witness firsthand, that last 7.5 minutes?
That was one of those things that almost seems like a surreal moment in life and sports if you're involved with it with your child, and the fans were into it, and it's one of these things that has happened against East Carolina so many times over the years. It was kind of nice to get one of those wins in our corner.
It was, and we talked to Holton Ahlers in the Players Lounge. I'll say this about Holton. He is consistent in his tone and really his message, no matter if East Carolina loses to South Carolina and Holton has a bad statistical day, or if Holton Ahlers has, a touchdown, passing, running, receiving, and they have that big comeback win. He's pretty much the same guy, and I think that's important for a quarterback especially, but for any of these players, and I think that's one of the reasons they were able to get that win, Morgan. They believed, and they kind of just stayed consistent. They stayed into the game and were able to pull out that win, and I think maybe the quarterback rubs off on some of those guys in the locker room.
It's one of those things. I remember Steve Logan saying, "You're never as high as the highest high, you're never as low as the lowest low. You got to try to keep that middle ground." And a lot of coaches over the years really have worked that philosophy, and I think that's one of the keys you have to do. No matter how bad things can get you, it's going to get better, and no matter how good things can get, it can get worse if you're not careful. If you don't put the work in. And I know Mike Houston and the staff have been putting the work in over time. People might not, there's a lot of experts out there. I'll just say this. There's a lot of people that are experts in football. Some have never played. Some have never done anything but sit on their couch and watch it. But they're an expert. But they don't know what the time, the energy, the sacrifices these players make, and not only during the season, but during the summer when it's 105 degrees outside and they're outside for 3 hours, trying to make a better product. And I think last week it was so good to see them come back from that deficit and come back and win that game, and the excitement after the game when their players were coming out of the locker room, and it was just a really cool deal. And hopefully they can take care of business tomorrow and get ready for a big showdown against Tulane, because I think I'm really hoping it's our time, Pirate Nation. I really do believe that.
And Morgan, I said earlier in the week, I can't remember if it was to Snead and Harris or to the linebackers, Bivens and Smith, but it was nice that the hard work pays off. I mean, like you said, they're working regardless. And if they lost that game to Marshall, they were going to have to come back and practice just like if they won that game against Marshall. So they're putting in the work. But for those guys, man, I feel good for them knowing that they know that the hard work does pay off with the W at the end of the day.
Yeah, and again, you see these guys that come out with a smile on their face.
Yeah.
You know, the South Carolina game, it was a game that they could have won. The Appalachian State game was a game they could have won. They could very well be sitting at 3-0 right now. When you should look at a few plays go our way. Well, some plays early on in the game last week against Marshall didn't go our way.
Yeah. The
tip pass that went up in the air and a guy caught it and ran 20 or 30 yards down the field, they had taken down for a touchdown. But look at what the defense did. You know, they stopped. They had 3 turnovers on the goal line, 2 interceptions and a fumble. The onside kick. It was a team effort last week, and every one of those guys to a man came out with a smile on their face, and that was really, really good to see.
Morgan Ahlers joining us. Morgan, Tyler Snead had his biggest catch day, 5 of 2021. We know all about him. We know what C.J. Johnson can do when he flashes and makes a big play. But Shane Calhoun stepping up for 8 catches, over 100 yards and a touchdown. And then Audio Matosho, who's been around a while, Morgan, but, man, he made some big catches there late in the game, kind of setting up Harris's final go-ahead touchdown. You had a couple guys step up there that aren't necessarily your household name for ECU fans yet.
Well, when you think about it, 2 years ago, Audie had a big game at SMU in Dallas. It came out. I think Audie gets into and you and I talked about this last week. They need to get into a rhythm. I think if you only get 1 or 2 pass attempts thrown your way, people tend to think too much. You doubt yourself. You question, do I need to catch it? Do I need to make a break? But when things really start getting into a rhythm and start churning out like they did last week, especially in the fourth quarter, there's really no time to think. You just go out there and do. And you know what's the old phrase? Analyze, paralyze, or something like that. When you overanalyze something, you sort of tend to paralyze yourself.
Yeah.
And, you know, Shane Calhoun in the spring, you know, Holt was throwing him to a lot in a couple of scrimmages this year. Threw it to him a lot. He's a big body, got great hands, and he's like a basketball forward. He goes down there, he turns around on a 5'6" defensive back. You know, he boxes him out. And he's, you know, that's what happened a couple of times. Made a couple of great catches. And I think that, you know, I know that the coaches said this is their offense they like to run, and it's the same offense they've been running. Well, I think the proof's in the pudding when you only have, I think, 1 third down, you know, the last 3 drives, maybe. Might have been none. But they got into that rhythm, and they just went up to the line of scrimmage, and they were making catches and having fun. And it's so much fun to see when that happens.
Morgan, the defense played well enough to get a win against South Carolina. Didn't go their way. They gave up 1,000,000 yards against Marshall, but it takes 2 to tango for a comeback at the end of the game. Defense pitches a shutout in the fourth quarter. Got a stop on 4th down. A missed field goal by Marshall hurt them as well. But if we could just, that last 7.5 minutes, Morgan, it was like the SMU game from last year where both sides were clicking together and talking to Xavier and Bruce. You know, ECU's offense fired them up on the sidelines, and Holton and the offense will say the same thing. The defense there late in the game was firing them up. So it was great to see the team working as one there in the fourth quarter.
You know, it was fun to see. I mean, that sideline was jumping every time the Pirates scored. Every time the Pirates had a 3 and out, the offense was right there to bring the defense out. When the field goal unit went in there and, you know, was kicking extra points and all that kind of thing, the whole team was there to bring them back in. And that's what you got to have. You got to have some excitement on the sideline. It's so easy to get down and doubt yourself. And this team can play football. This team is a good football team. Now, they do have to continue to learn to win. Hopefully that'll happen tomorrow. But I think it's a process that we are so close to turning the corner here at East Carolina. And I still go by my prediction earlier in the year. We're going to go to a bowl game.
Prediction?
And prediction. That's what I'm talking about, prediction. We got to get Mr. T on the phone.
I know.
I haven't heard from him in a while. We need to do that next week.
Really miss Mr. T. Maybe we'll get him next week. But no, you're right, Morgan. Maybe that was the spark there in Huntington last week to get this thing going. Josh, thanks to Josh on Facebook Live, paralysis of analysis was the phrase we were looking for a moment ago.
Paralysis analysis. What did I say? Paralyze, analyze?
You were all over it. Just you were around in the ballpark. Just
well, it's still like a rhyme any time, you know. I mean,
oh, okay.
People didn't know it.
Morgan Ahlers, the host of the High School Huddle. You can hear that coming up at 6 o'clock tonight. Morgan, we got some area high school action. What games you looking forward to tonight? What are the games of the week?
Big game tonight is going to be J.H. Rose at South Central. That game features two Pitt County teams that have not necessarily struggled, but at times they have. Rose coming off an off week last week. They won the previous week. South Central won their first game in the Big Carolina Conference. So this is a big matchup. And you've got Washington-West Craven tonight. Another big matchup. That game will be played at Widener Stadium in Washington. And it's one of those things that, you know, both those teams have struggled with some different situations. Then you've got Farmville Central is going to be traveling to Riverside. Aiden Griffin's still fighting the COVID bug. So there's a lot of great games. One of the big games in the southern part of the area, I'm going to check in with Brian North a little bit later, I know you did earlier, is the Jacksonville-New Bern game. That should be a really dynamic game, and hopefully, you know, just a good night for football, cool weather. It's fall in the air maybe a little bit, and just love some high school football.
Morgan Ahlers joining us. Morgan, let's play Pick Clips fantasy quarterback for the week. Morgan, should I start Jalen Hurts at Dallas on Monday Night Football? Should I start Teddy Bridgewater against the New York Jets? Or do I go Baker Mayfield against the Bears? Hurts at the Cowboys, Teddy versus the Jets, Mayfield versus the Bears. Who do I start, Morgan?
I think I'm going Mayfield.
Baker against he's got Beckham coming back. He'll probably try to hit him for a score. Okay, I'll slot him into the lineup.
Okay, now I've got fantasy quarterback for you. Do I stick with Josh Allen or do I switch over to Tom Brady?
Now you're just bragging that you got those guys and I got crappy quarterbacks.
Good the question.
Washington's defense has not been all they've been cracked up to be. Rams, Aaron Donald, and that defense. I'll tell you what, you got some pretty tough matchups there, but I would probably go Allen at home instead of Brady on the road. That would be my call.
Okay, I'm going to switch it back over because I'd switch it to Brady. I'm still debating. I'm going to go with you. I'm going on your recommendation because you are the football guru.
Oh, boy, this is going to turn out bad for me one way or the other. Morgan, appreciate it, man. We'll hear from you coming up at 6.
Thanks, bud. Appreciate it.
All right, there is DJ Captain Morgan Ahlers, joining us on the Fixed NC Live Line. High School Huddle coming up tonight, 6 o'clock on Pirate Radio, so make sure you tune in to that. We'll take a time out. We will indeed talk to Brian North coming up next. He'll join us to talk Pirate football. We'll look around the ACC, get his take on Wake Forest, Virginia coming up tonight. We'll talk a little Panthers, talk some high school, and more with North. And at the end of that segment, we're going to make you a winner. So stay tuned. Got a big Free Beer Friday giveaway for you, courtesy of Bud Light. Throw in some Busch Light Apple as well. So that's on the way on Pirate Radio Live here on a Friday. Back with you after this.
When your family gathers around a shakaroni from Papa John's, you're sharing more than extra cheese and pepperoni. You're sharing scholarships, meals, and laughter. Because $1 from every shakaroni goes to charity. That's pizza with a purpose.
Hey, Pirate fans, the Shakaroni Pizza is back, and only for $13. Plus $1 from every purchase goes to charity. The Shakaroni is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get an all-new 2021 GMC Terrain and save over $4,500 or 0% financing for 72 months. As always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty on all new and pre-owned vehicles.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
You've worked hard to start your business and working even harder to make it successful. And that's why it's important to have a bank in your corner when you need them. This is former ECU baseball player Ashley Capps from Select Bank and Trust. And as the business world throws you curveballs, we're here to be responsive to your needs. Our team of local bankers can make local decisions and cares about you, the customer. Get the business services that are right for your business today with Select Bank and Trust. Bank local, bank select, member FDIC.
Hey Pirates, this is Holton Ahlers. A big part of my success on the field is what I eat at home. To keep my body filled up, I order meals off a Clean Eats meal plan. I choose the meals I want from 6 different meals offered each week, and I pick them up on Sunday or Monday at the cafe on Red Banks Road. Each meal is packed with the perfect mix of healthy proteins, carbs, and veggies to keep my engine running at full speed. Go to cleaneats.com, click on meal plans, or stop by the cafe and get all the info. Clean Eats and the Pirates, a winning combination.
Did you know time spent outdoors can help improve your children's health and bring balance to their life? The Outdoor Heritage Advisory Council invites you to join the Patch program. This program is for any child under the age of 16 and includes activities like fishing, hunting, and hiking. These are just one of the many ways you can earn the exclusive patches from the Outdoor Heritage Council. For more information on how to sign up and get your adventure started, visit outdoorheritage.nc.gov.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey Pirate Nation, are you ready for some Warren's hot dogs? Warren's original Hot and Judy's mild sweet chili hot dogs have been the official hot dog of sports fans for over 30 years. Pick up a tailgate special this football season of 10 or more hot dogs for only $1.50 each. Warren's in Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports and the new Chakawinity location next to the fire department. Warren's hot dogs. Want some? Get some. Go Pirates.
Hey Pirate fans, your one-stop shop for all your tailgate essentials is Shimmer Boutique. Need some purple and gold to wear? Shimmer has a great selection of clothing for men, women, and children. Need some shoes? Shimmer has the best selection of Hey Dudes around. Need a cooler for tailgating? Shimmer has you covered with a huge selection of Yeti and outdoor accessories. Shimmer, just 1 minute from the stadium on Greenville Boulevard behind Starbucks and in Winterville and Jacksonville. Find us online at shimmerboutiqueonline.com. Go Pirates!
Pirate Nation, the newest sports bar is Quarters Bar and Grill, offering gourmet burgers, hot dogs, and wings with unique flavors Greenville has never seen. Pirates like to drink too. Quarters Bar and Grill offers a selection of 10 beers on tap and over 50 different craft beers. Come check us out at Quarters Bar and Grill, open Wednesday to Sunday, 11 to 11, located at the shopping center next to Krispy Kreme. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram and be on the lookout for Quarters Cash hidden around downtown Greenville. Quarters Bar and Grill, the plunder never tasted so good.
Pirate Radio.
ECU Pirates. Can't nobody do what we do. You know. That's right. All right then.
Yeah! The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Got damage from wood rot, smoke or fire, or water. You can consider it all fixed. If you've got damage, use a contractor that works for you and not your insurance company. Visit fixednc.com today or call 999-0001. That's 3 9s, 3 zeros, and a 1. Fixed NC. Restore, renew, maintain. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
All right, if you are planning on attending Saturday's game and do not have a parking spot, got an idea for you. You can park on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Elm Street. A 10-minute walk to the stadium. It is a grass lot, porta potty on site, and a $20 spot there for you. You can call 252-917-3501 and reserve a spot for the game or for the season. That is 252-917-3501. $20 parking, 10 minutes from Dowdy Ficklin Stadium, grass lot, Porta John. You're all set to go. So there you go. If you need a place to park coming up on Saturday, and if you need a place to sit in your car and listen to the Bud Light pregame tailgate, which is coming up Saturday, 2 o'clock, right here on Pirate Radio, taking you up to the 6 o'clock kickoff. We'll plan to check in with Brian North around 5:30 tomorrow, and he joins us here today on Pirate Radio Live to talk some football. North, how you doing on this Friday?
We are surviving here. We're past the halfway point of the high school football regular season.
Wow.
College football is now clicking along pretty good, too.
Yeah, still getting, I guess, the last of some of these non-conference matchups, and then we'll dive into conference play in college football. Didn't realize, I guess it makes sense that we're that far into the high school season, Brian. And are they expanding the regular season, or do you have like a drop-dead date to play your regular season before the playoffs begin with all the COVID stuff that's happened?
So they shortened the regular season from 12 weeks to 11. So now you play 10 games in 11 weeks. But they've expanded, so they took away the subdivisions in the playoffs, but expanded the number of playoff teams in just the regular division. If that makes any sense, I'm still learning it all myself. So they added an extra round of playoffs, basically. They have not made any sort of plans for COVID-delayed games. And so what you're going to start seeing now, we've been going through this craziness of, okay, let's just push it to another date, let's change dancing partners, all this stuff. We're in a conference play now. You can't do that anymore.
Right.
If you have to postpone a game, you're going to have to play it on a Tuesday. And coaches hate playing 2 games on a Tuesday, or 3 games in an 8-day span. So there's going to be a little more pressure to get these games in on Friday nights as we get into conference play now.
Got Morgan Ahlers coming up 6 o'clock on the high school huddle. Brian, what is your favorite matchup or two you're looking forward to tonight on the high school slate?
Yeah, Jacksonville is hosting New Bern, Battle of Undefeateds, and Jacksonville just matches up with New Bern a little bit better. New Bern hasn't seen a quarterback like they have in Josh Benton, and so I think it's going to be a real good test for the Bears, and a real good test for Jacksonville, who have to turn right around and then play J.H. Rose Tuesday night. Rose and South Central is always an interesting matchup. You talk to the Rose coaches, and they'll tell you this has been a Jekyll and Hyde team, but they may be starting to figure some things out, but South Central always gives them fits, so we're curious about that one. And Kinston, undefeated Kinston, travels to East Duplin. Those schools are located 30 miles apart, but never in their history, and they've both been around 50 years now, they have never played each other in a regular season game, never scheduled each other in a regular season game. They've only played once in the playoffs. That was 2009, and that was Battle Holly's last year as the head coach at Kinston. Now he's at East Duplin, and they're both really good. They're now in the same conference, and so that's just one of those intriguing matchups. Then you've got things like West Craven, Washington. West Craven is offensively challenged. Washington's defense is defensively challenged, so something's going to have to give there. And on the opposite sides, they're both pretty good. Swansboro, Southside is one of those interesting matchups that was created because of COVID. Same thing with Farmville and Riverside. So definitely some interesting matchups tonight.
Brian North setting the scene for a fun Friday night of high school football, college football going on as well, including games involving teams from the state. Middle Tennessee will be at Charlotte at 6:30. Interesting one, 7 o'clock in Charlottesville, Brian. Wake Forest is 3-0, took care of business at home against Florida State. They are underdogs on the road at Virginia, 2-1, coming off the loss to North Carolina. That should be a fun one tonight. Total is sitting at around 70, Brian, so they're expecting some fireworks in that game, and that should be a good one tonight.
So it's funny how no one pays attention to Wake Forest. They just sit there and do their thing, and they have all these starters back. They've got the quarterback back, and that's the reason I picked them in a game like this, because they have an experienced quarterback where UVA doesn't. And so I think they can go on the road. Now, look, they haven't been on the road very much, but this is a different deal. But they score a lot of points. They're a fun team to watch. It's just no one seems to want to watch them because they haven't been that sexy name brand in the past. Even when they were good under Jim Grove, they were defense-oriented, and they would occasionally have some highlights. But this is a team that puts up a lot of offensive numbers now. So I'm picking Wake Forest in this game. I wouldn't be surprised if UVA wins at home because Wake hasn't really had a good road game yet. But I think this is one of those teams that I don't know why people keep sleeping on, but I think Wake Forest is a legit team.
I like that North's making picks now instead of me, so he can be the dummy, and I can, keep my mouth shut. I missed on that Duke one last week. I did hit. I liked the Panthers a lot last week, although I had the Texans plus the points last night. So I am, what do I know? I'm about 500 lifetime, probably less than that. Brian,
when the bookie gets his cut, then you're a little underfunded.
Exactly. And speaking of winners, a lot of people like NC State tomorrow plus the points against Clemson. This is in Carter Finley Stadium, and Clemson, whatever it is, Brian, they just don't look right. They don't look like Clemson. They don't look like Dabo's Clemson anyway.
Yeah, right. But fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on all of us, or whatever that saying is. 8 times in a row, Clemson has beaten NC State. 15 of 16 times they've beaten NC State. And every year we're like, we think it's the year they do it, and they don't do it. And what's the old adage? What wins championships?
Defense, Brian?
Right. Yeah, and what's Clemson got a really good thing? They got a really good defense.
Yeah.
So until NC State can show me, I like the Missouri State. Show me, I still have to go with Clemson. But you're right, their offense isn't right there. But I've said all season, get Clemson early because they're going to figure this out at some point. I think they're going to be dangerous at the end of the year. So you better get them early. But one of these weeks, that offense is going to click. But until then, they've got that defense to keep them and win games for them.
Brian, we'll shoot you a phone call Saturday during feeding time at the zoo, as you like to call it, late in our Bud Light pregame tailgate show, getting folks ready for a 6 o'clock kickoff. We'll be on the air at 2 o'clock, and we'll be previewing East Carolina and Charleston Southern. And Brian, did you give up on that ECU game last week? I've been asking everybody all week. At what point did you say this one's over?
No, the only reason I gave up is because I fell asleep. And all of a sudden, I had the phone in my hand trying to watch it on Facebook, and, I go to bed early now, but I was watching it, fell asleep, and then all of a sudden I heard the announcers, Holt Ahlers touchdown. So I woke up and I watched the end of it, and I wasn't sure. The onside kick was the key. I wasn't sure they were going to have enough time, but that onside kick was executed beautifully, and he's just sitting there. And it seemed like the ball was rolling for 5 minutes. I'm like, why isn't the Marshall guy jumping on it? I mean, it's just rolling there. And then, so that was a brilliant play that worked out in their favor, and that was the key to them getting the win. So I don't know if I ever gave up, but they certainly didn't look good for the first 3 quarters, like it was they were setting them up rope-a-dope style or something. But that's the type of win. Sometimes you got to be more lucky than good to get that first win and get things rolling. I kind of felt that's what that game was for them. A huge boost to what they're trying to do.
Yeah, and the fans needed it. East Carolina needed it for fans to stay engaged, I think, in this season. A lot of people had a bad experience at Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium a couple weeks ago. If you start 0-3, a lot of those people may not be returning. Well, now you're going to get some of those fans back. You're going to get some new fans interested after a win like that. And you can now, take care of business tomorrow. Sets up a really big conference opener against Tulane at home, a good 3:30 kickoff time. So you just hope that thing snowballs, goes down that hill, gets bigger, Brian. We need to make that win turn into 2 or 3, a little win streak instead of just a blip on the radar.
Not only winning, but how you win because it created a buzz, right? I mean, if it's just been a win, okay, highlights, whatever. But start hearing the largest comeback in fourth quarter at 30 years. And so a lot of those things generated that extra buzz that program really needs right now. I think the coaching staff and the players were still bought in, and even if they'd lost, I don't think that would have changed much. But I think you hit the nail on the head saying it's the fan base right now. They needed proof. They've been through the John Thompsons and the Scotty Montgomerys. They needed to see in the third year some results. And Mike Houston said the same thing when I interviewed him this summer. We had a nice sit-down talk, and he said, look, everything's in place. We just need to have more points than the other team at the end of the day to get people around the program to start supporting us. And now we'll see if it jumpstarts it. Look, they'll beat Charleston Southern. I think we all can figure that out, although there's some cool subplots in the game that I'm interested in with local players. But, yeah, then you get that big one with Tulane, and remember in the old days, Tulane was an automatic win, and now that's not necessarily the case. So that's where you got to restart, regenerate this whole thing, and get more of that confidence. This really feels like, the Skip Holtz rebuild where he took over for John Thompson, and by year 3 they were competing, but it took a while to get some of those wins in and compete for that conference championship.
Brian North joining us on the Fixed NC live line as East Carolina set to take on Charleston Southern on Saturday. We'll be with you 2 o'clock on the Bud Light pregame tailgate, getting you ready for action. Brian, Panthers are 3-0. But they lose Christian McCaffrey and J.C. Horn last night. McCaffrey, Ian Rappaport saying earlier today, going to miss a few weeks. Horn could be a lot longer than that. But Panthers go 3-0. You're 3-0 no matter who you play on the schedule. They have not played any world beaters as of yet, but won a big division game against the Saints. But it's like, is that win worth it when you lose those guys? Because they got some tough opponents coming up and going to be without their best player in those games.
To make the playoffs, you got to have wins. And so you take it, and injuries do happen. I don't know if you could have taken away 2 more valuable guys from each side of the ball. I mean, the offense completely changed with Christian McCaffrey out there. He's so valuable in everything that he can do in the matchups he creates. And you can see it. The offense changed. Now, I thought Sam Darnold looked a lot better, really moving out of the pocket and creating some things, but a lot of that's predicated on the running game and Christian McCaffrey. So, strained hamstring, doesn't seem like he'll be out as long, but sometimes you worry those things never quite get right throughout a season.
Yeah.
So, there's that, and they'll adjust. Defensively, losing J.C. Horn, I think, is huge. Even though he's a rookie, I just think he was allowing them to do some things defensively I don't know if they're going to be able to do now, and does that change? other teams are going to catch up to that defense and figure out ways, but then you've got to be able to adjust. And when you can have a lockdown corner on one side of the field, that allows you to do some things that you can't do otherwise. So I think that's a big one, and he's going to be out at least a couple of months, a couple broken bones. I mean, it could be an almost season-ending deal if they got to put plates in, and it's going to take a while for him to come back.
I'll give Joe Brady, Sam Darnold, and the offense a lot of credit last night, Brian, for moving the football. Now, I know it was against the Texans, but short week, McCaffrey is so important to your offense. He goes down. Panthers were still able to go up and down the field. Now that a defense has a week to prepare for the Panthers without McCaffrey, that might change. It probably will. But credit to them last night, because he has been a guy that has been just soaking up so many touches, so much attention, that I thought they did a good job once he left. A lot of it was, hey, just throw it to DJ Moore. That seemed to work last night.
Right, and there's subtle little things you watch, and they're doing kind of what I thought they would this season, with slowly working Sam in, not asking him to do much because they had McCaffrey, and we're giving him such a workload of 30 touches a game. But now they're starting to allow Sam to get out of the pocket more, which, if you remember back in his USC days, he's much better. It seems like out of the pocket, on the run, his ability to throw on the run, he's very accurate running and throwing. We're in the pocket. I think he's just got that whip dog syndrome of just getting crushed. Those 3 years with the Jets.
Right.
It's been brilliant to get him out of the pocket, let him move and find guys, and he's been pretty accurate. He still makes some of those decisions that make you scratch your head. He's that guy that occasionally will do something you're like, oh, what was that? But I like what they're doing with him. Now they're going to have to start relying on him a little bit more. But let's face it, they're facing the Cowboys next. So, I mean, what's the worry there?
Oh, wow. Okay. Shots fired. I like it. Brian, we'll let you run. I do believe, and you didn't really bring it up much yourself. I was kind of shocked. Charleston Southern, have you looked at their roster? Don't they have some Eastern North Carolina guys on the squad?
Yeah, no, and there's some great storylines there. Obviously, there's the Mims brothers. C.J. Mims, a Wes Craven senior, is committed to play for ECU. Well, his older brother, Chandre, who had a great career at Wes Craven, is the school's third all-time sack leader and has the single-season record. And I have video of him sacking Holton Ahlers when D.H. Conley played Wes Craven a couple of years ago. So that brought back some memories. So that's one of the cool storylines there. And then maybe even better is that you're going to have Charleston Southern's second leading receiver is a kid named Demetrius Jones. And he played at Northside Jacksonville, as did his best friend, Jaira Wilson, who plays safety for ECU. So I'm expecting them to actually physically collide a couple times tomorrow, which I always like the game within the game.
Yeah.
These teammates, then one tackles the other, what do they do? I mean, I've got a history of, I can remember when Dakota Marshall was playing for ECU and his best friend Kendrick Burney was playing for UNC. Special teams, and they got into a fight on the field during the punt return that was awesome, and I don't know if they've ever gotten over that. And then there was another game where a couple of Havelock kids ran into each other, and they just laughed and laughed about it. And so those are the little things I look forward to. And you got Ben Harris, who's a J.H. Rose product, waiting for him to kind of come out of his shell for Charleston Southern. And then there's another kid who plays offensive line from West Craven, the Crump kid. So certainly some interesting little games within the game that most people wouldn't pay attention to Charleston Southern. I'll be watching those games within the game tomorrow.
Good stuff. I knew you could break that down, Brian, which is why I brought it up. And I need to remember to ask Dakota about that. We get him on the show from time to time. Good old country boy. We'll tell that story with Dakota next time we get him on.
He's on tomorrow. Talking about teammates playing each other. I remember it, because they'd always joke, and then all of a sudden it was just this punt return, and there was a little extra pushing, then face mask grabbing, and that's a full wrestling match. And they were mad. And I think Dakota was more mad than Kendrick after the game about it because UNC won the game. But it was, that was one of those. I've never asked if they've actually ever gotten over that little
interesting
they had in the field. But they were the best of friends at Southwest Onslow.
I'll bring up that nugget next time we chat with him. Brian, thanks for the talk here on a Friday. Have a fantastic weekend. Work hard tonight. Hopefully you get to relax tomorrow, watch some football. What you got going on tomorrow?
Yeah, well, we're air show. We're heavy into the air show this weekend. It'll be Sunday, but tomorrow is definitely a family football day, and looking forward to. I've been dealing with the daycare crud going through the family. It's been my turn this week, so we'll see how that all works out tomorrow if I finally get some sleep.
10-4. Hope you do. Thank you, Brian. See you, man.
All right, see you, Clippy.
That is Brian North joining us on the Fixed NC Live Line. Great high school, college, NFL football weekend on tap. You can hear more Brian North coming up at 6 o'clock on the High School Huddle with Morgan Ahlers and more Brian North. Saturday on the Bud Light pregame tailgate. We'll give them Sunday off. How about that? All right, as we go to timeout, let's make somebody a winner on a free beer Friday.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
All right, call in 317-1250. We have a 15-pack of 16-ounce aluminum bottle Bud Light. We got a 12-pack of the limited edition Busch Light Apple. Domino's Pizza will throw in some koozies, shirt. Great Friday giveaway here on Pirate Radio Live. Shirley, what caller do we want?
I'm looking for caller number 12. That is 21 and over.
21 and over. Caller 12, 317-1250. We'll have our winner and our Bud Light ECU report with some comments from Donnie Kirkpatrick and Blake Harrell when we return after this.
There's nothing more important than protecting your family. Fire ants can cause painful allergic reactions and even death. Protect your loved ones at home where you should feel the safest. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com to learn of our once-a-year treatment to guarantee you stay fire ant free. Tested and proven effective by your Eastern North Carolina exterminating professionals at Pest Tech of Greenville. Mention the crying baby for an extra 10% off.
Hey Pirate fans, Derek Pizzeni from Carolina Wealth Management. Are you a fiduciary? That's a question every investor should ask their advisor. A fiduciary is an individual who acts in the best interest of a particular person or beneficiary. Is your advisor a fiduciary? You should know it's your money. At Carolina Wealth Management, we do things differently from other investment firms. To learn more about the benefits of working with a fiduciary advisor, visit mycarolinawealth.com. That's mycarolinawealth.com.
Eastern North Carolina's choice for window tinting, signs, graphics, wraps, graphic design, and more is Signs and Tint. Signs and Tint is family owned and operated right here in Greenville, and their NC licensed electricians specialize in ceramic coating, vehicle wraps, and more. Signs and Tint offers 10% off for military and first responders. Also, make sure to mention Pirate Radio at checkout for a discount. Stop by their office today at 801 Staten Road or visit them online at signsandtint.com.
Tommy's Express Car Wash is the car wash Greenville is talking about. At the corner of Red Banks Road and Greenville Boulevard, this state-of-the-art wash will keep your car looking great. And now Tommy's has just launched its new 2.0 Tommy's Express app. And anyone who downloads the app now will receive 30 free days of washing with their top-of-the-line wash, the Works Wash. Download the Tommy's Express app now by going to your app store or visit them on location, open 7 days a week at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Guess what, Greenville? Calzones are back. Community Calzone is the only restaurant in town specializing in calzones. Choose from over 50 different calzones, or you design your own with unlimited options, including vegetarian. Community Calzone also features wings, huge salads, and more. Plus, they deliver to almost everywhere in Pitt County. Located on Greenville Boulevard next to Ashley Furniture Warehouse, they're open for lunch, dinner, and late night for dine-in, pickup, or delivery. It's Community Calzone.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Kyle Gaines from Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Not only will you feature a great selection of pre-owned inventory for sale, but we'll also buy your vehicle even if you don't buy one from us. Drive a little, save a lot. Give us a call and make a short trip to Washington and let us buy your vehicle today. It is totally worth it. We also service all makes and models at our state-of-the-art service department. Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram between Greenville and Washington, and WashingtonChryslerDodgeJeepRam.com. Remember, drive a little, save a lot. Go Pirates.
Hello, Pirate Nation. This is Jamie Cuccinella, inviting you and your family to come by Cuccinella's Pizzeria and Italian Ice. Cuccinella's has been serving our special family recipe New York-style pizza since 1932. We think you'll taste the difference in just one bite. When you come in for a pie, don't forget to try our house-made Italian ice or gelato. We make small batches every day from scratch with all fresh ingredients. Cuccinella's on Old Tar Road across from Plant and See, Cuccinellas.com, and on Facebook and Instagram. Ahoy, mateys! It's Captain Jack Spare of R&R Tire Express. We're here to serve our pirate community by offering easy payments for easy ownership. For you landlubbers, R&R will install a new set of tires for just $20. $50 installs new custom wheels and tires. To learn more about R&R, stop by 3920 US 264 or rnrtires.com.
This is ECU Assistant Football Coach Roy Tesh, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. and is the best place to watch your favorite sports while enjoying the best wings in town, along with sandwiches, appetizers, cold beer, and more. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. And congratulations to Tyler Harrison of Greenville, our big winner on our Free Beer Friday. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip Rock.
I really like this generic free play tune, Shirley. This is a good one.
Yeah, you know me. I like my old school 80s kind of vibe.
80s, yeah.
Yeah.
I like the vibe, though. I like it a lot. Big Dog got a free ticket to Donnie Kirkpatrick's stand-up routine this week.
I did.
And
I enjoy it every week. It's probably the favorite 15 minutes of my week every week.
He was feeling good. And Shirley, let's hear more. We played some yesterday as part of our Bud Light ECU report. This is part 3, Shirley. I believe this is the one where he cussed and we had to beat it out.
He almost went 16 minutes this week. He was in long form.
He was feeling
We
it.
could have made the Netflix special this week.
Even dropped an S-bomb, so I hope I bleeped it out. We'll see. Let's play the clip right now.
You alluded to Shane earlier, and I talked to Mike about this earlier. The use of the tight end seems to open up a lot of stuff. And,
Well, Shane played great, and we always know Shane can. Well, it's a game of matchups. So early in the game, we ran the same plays that Shane ended up catching the ball on. And he wasn't in, though, because there's a rotation. Especially early in the game, you just kind of burn them out because they can't play 80 plays. We ended up playing 90-some, so it was a good thing we were subbing early. And the one guy just did not run the route right. And at halftime, we're back in there drawing it up, saying, if you'll just release outside, you're so much bigger than the guy covering you. He's going to throw you a back shoulder throw, and you're going to. And so Shane makes like 2 or 3. It's the same play. He was just doing it right. Holton was just making a great throw, and he was catching the ball. Well, because he does that, now Holton starts looking for him. I mean, you can say you're making the reads, but all of a sudden that guy looks more open because you believe in him. You know what I'm saying? He's the same amount of 1 yard open maybe that he was before, and you're saying he's not open. But now once you say that guy's going to catch that ball, you start throwing, and you throw it with more confidence, I think. And Shane had a huge day. There was a throw in there where really the safety broke on it, and he still threw it to Shane, and that's why I was like, okay, now you can't throw it to Shane every time. You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't really open. The guy tipped it. Shane caught it. And I thought, well, what I know. Should throw it to him every time. Maybe you should throw it to him.
There was a moment there when you were down 17. Holton said he came to the sideline and he got pissed off. Did you speak to him in that moment?
Yeah. I was probably pissed before he was pissed, I guess. So I might have said a few things to him. That's a side of Holton, because he's such a great teammate and he's such a good person, that he does struggle with, in that at times he has to be more like a coach, and he's got to say, get your head out of your whatever and let's get going here, you know what I'm saying? And he doesn't like to do that. He likes to take the blame himself and say, well, I could have done this. I could have thrown here. I could have put it a little more behind you. And there's a time when you got to say, no, you got to run quicker. You got to put your foot in the ground. You got to run a better route. You got to go get open. You're under one-on-one coverage. And I think he finally kind of got them together and said, this is, one of those situations. A couple people, and I don't know I don't know what individual, but I know a couple of them really started playing.
The running backs thus far, you guys have pretty much evenly distributed with
Rajay
Yeah.
Heaton. Are you happy with that? And also, do you want to get other backs involved at any point?
Well, it's hard to take one of those two out. You know what I'm saying? We've been fortunate that they've hung in there. Yeah, I really do. I wish we could get guys in there more. I wish we could play a lot more guys because anybody that practices hard and does what they're supposed to do deserves to get to go play. But it's a win game. You know what I'm saying? It's a win game. So you've got to go win. You got to make that decision. How do you take those guys out? I like that we're getting them the ball somewhat evenly. Whatever. I really wish we were getting it to them more. You know what I'm saying? I really wish they were getting more because they make good plays when they get it. You know what I'm saying? I wish we were getting it to them a little bit more. Pop's getting closer. Pop's had a really good week of practice. Not always. There's not a guarantee. But that usually means something's good's getting ready to happen.
All right. How about a Pop McKay sighting? How about a Mason Garcia, Ryan Stubblefield, backup lineman? We need one of those games where we can get some of these guys who have been playing every play in 2021, a breather coming up on Saturday. Get a lead, get them out of the game, and pick up a win on Saturday. Josh on Facebook Live says 38-21 Pirates. I think I said earlier 38-14-ish. I don't know. If I had to take a side, I'd probably take Charleston Southern plus the 27.5. But I don't know. I'd like to see an offensive explosion like everyone would from these Pirates coming up on Saturday. Let's hear from Blake Harrell, Shirley Rhodes. Let's hear Blake Harrell part 1 as he talked to the media on Wednesday.
I asked Coach Houston, but to win and you give up, I guess, 647 yards, I guess that kind of covers up the winning aspect, covers up your side. You just take it either way, I guess.
You're excited to win, and that's probably number one thing you take away from that. And you enjoy it because wins are hard to come by. And anytime you get a win, whatever it takes, however it comes, you enjoy that. And there's some positive we can take away from it. And last stop of the game, 3 turnovers, and a lot of things after the game that we can take a positive away from the game. But there's always things, whether you play good or bad, that you're going to go back and say, how can we get better? And there's a lot of things in that game we can take back and say, hey, our tackling's got to be better. This has got to be better. We got to execute here. So, and those will stop a lot of those problems, and won't be a close game coming down the fourth quarter type of situation. So, yes, enjoy the win and enjoy those situations where you can celebrate it. But at the same time, you got to get back to work and back to making corrections and getting back to playing defense the way we want to play defense. So, that's what we got to get back to. And kids have been doing a good job of that in practice week, focusing on our tackling, focusing back on our fundamentals, focus back on getting downhill in the run game, and getting it stopping the backfield before it gets going. So, doing a good job of those things, and that's what it is.
Kind of going on that, Jaquan, his interception, he had fumble recovery. It's crazy to think he's only a sophomore. It seems like he's just a leader, and he's been there 4 or 5 years. I mean, what's his impact been? Every single week he's kind of doing it.
Yeah, eligibility-wise, he might be a sophomore. Jaquan might be, but in our locker room, he is an older guy. He's a third-year player, been here a while, played a lot of football, a lot of snaps. And on game day, he always seems to be around the football and come up with the pick and come up with the big play when we need it. And he continues to do that. And just his leadership in that corners room and our defense and on our team has been outstanding. So excited about him and excited about the football moving forward for him.
Coach Houston said he wanted to see Surratt play more late in the last week's game. He played more, seemed to play well. Can you just talk about his development and what that means for the D-line room?
Yeah, Surratt's doing a good job. And I think we've been saying this for almost a year now, that those younger kids keep coming along, getting better every day. And Surratt's one of those that has pushed through camp and really made a separation the last couple of weeks. And, he just plays with grit and just a little bit of an attitude in there that you need from a D tackle and playing really low pad level and leverage and knocking guys back. And I think we spoke about that last week. So just, and he'll continue to do those things and continue to get better. And he's got to show up a little bit more this week than he did last week, but just really proud of the efforts he's making and just kind of continue to get better every week.
What about Charleston Southern gives you cause for concern offensively?
Well, Charleston Southern, very familiar with. Played them, I think 4 or 5 times throughout my career. A couple times at Citadel, a couple times at Kennesaw State. Some of these same kids that are on their roster were there. The quarterback, Jack, recruited him out of high school, so very familiar with him. and their program. So, and they're a very good program. The quarterback, he's very dynamic. He'll get it scrambling out of the pocket, and it turns into a scramble drill, and you turn somebody loose down the field. We made that mistake last week early in the game, and we got to continue to make sure we, plaster our guys in the secondary, and then we have eyes on the quarterback and get ready to trigger for him, get him on the ground, and doing a good job. And he's really good at that, and he has been for years and done a nice job. They'll spread you out. They are a air raid spread offense, but they're very balanced. I mean, they got 150 yards rushing, 250 a pass in the game right now. So very good offense, and it's about 50-50 in what they want to do on first and second down. So we certainly got our work cut out for us. It doesn't matter, what level of football they are. They're a good football team, and they're going to bring their A game. And they got several receivers from here in North Carolina, local kids from Jakes Rose, Jacksonville, and High Point Central there, or the High Point area. So I'm sure they're going to be playing their best ball. So we got to be ready, and we got to go out and take care of us and do the things that we need to do to execute.
You got to be happy with the effort on turnovers in the Marshall game. There was 3, you could have had 6.
Yeah. There's 3, you could have had 6.
That's what Coach said.
Yeah, that's what Coach said. There's one, we had 3, and you're always excited about that. That's our goal, get 3 every week, and I think we've done that last couple of weeks. And we need to keep pushing forward for that, and it's always a conscientious effort in our practice, whether it's pre-practice, during practice, ball drills, punching the ball out, that little thing out here in the hallway that we punch at and slap at and just rake it out. So we're always conscious of that. But, a couple more there would have been nice. I think one of those on the last drive. We ended up getting in the last drive, so I'm not sure we could have got 6. But yes, we got to keep working at it, and those can be the difference. And I think you pointed out, college football has changed, and I think Coach Houston said something about it earlier in the week. The days of holding the 300 yards and 15 points, it may be gone. And as a defensive coach, that's hard to swallow sometimes. That takes a lot of pride out of you because you don't want to give up the 600-yard day. You don't want to give up the 400-yard day. But if you can get turnovers, get stops in the red zone, get the ball back to your offense, put them in scoring situations, and get off the field on third down, then I think you give yourself a chance to win the ball game, especially when your offense is moving the ball like ours was the other night and scoring points like ours was the other night. So that'll give us a chance to win.
All right, there is Blake Harrell in the ever-changing world of college football. East Carolina gave up all those yards, gave up points, but when it mattered in the fourth quarter, was able to get some key stops and come away with that victory. We will take a timeout, come back, and wrap it up on a Friday for you. One last look at the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard, and we'll set you off into your weekend. We will wrap it up when we return after this.
Pirate football looks to make it 2 in a row this week as East Carolina hosts Charleston Southern. It's the Pirates Painted Gold game. Tickets start as low as $20. Celebrate family weekend with a Pirate victory this week at Dowdy Ficklen Stadium. Let's get rowdy and dowdy. East Carolina and Charleston Southern Saturday at 6 p.m.
You can paint this with purple.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
Anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those, but anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
In studio with Gloria from Kinetic Physical Therapy. Gloria, what is cryotherapy?
Cryotherapy is when your body is exposed to extremely cold but therapeutic temperatures for several minutes. It has many benefits, including decreased pain, decreased inflammation, increased energy, and improved overall wellness. That's why at Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness, we offer a wide variety of services, including cryotherapy. So whether you're an athlete or whether you just want to give your health a boost, cryotherapy will help to ensure that you're feeling great and living well. So come chill with us and you'll be back for more.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
Find new roads with Chevrolet. Then come find yours at Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville.
Another awesome dining experience is coming soon to Uptown Greenville. The Sidebar, a Tex-Mex fusion restaurant, will offer lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch. Located at 707 Dickinson Avenue, right beside the DAP House, the Sidebar will have indoor dining and patio seating for everyone to enjoy. For the latest information on the grand opening, menu items, and more, follow the Sidebar on Facebook or on Instagram at sidebar.greenville.
Blue 42! Blue 42!
Unlike football, life doesn't take a timeout, and anything can happen at any time. Unfortunately, anything isn't always a good thing. You need auto and life coverage, and agents. There for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You need North Carolina Farm Bureau insurance. Timeout? Not even in our vocabulary.
Pirate fans, call Carlton Venters or Brandon Manning at 756-3007.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company. Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc. Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi. An independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have kept the fires burning for Eastern North Carolina Whole Hog Barbecue. At Sam Jones, you'll find our smokehouse pumping out wood-fired meats, cooked fresh every single day. There are no freezers at our place. Everything, and we mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Stop in and see us, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. At Sam Jones Barbecue, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors.
This is Tim Doust, ECU Football Special Teams Coordinator, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Taking a quick look at your stock market report. The Dow was up 33 points and closed out the week at 34,798. The NASDAQ was down 4 at 15,047, and the S&P was up 6 at 4,455. And that is a look at your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Quick look at your Buck scoreboard. A couple of college football games tonight. Virginia hosts Wake Forest at 7 o'clock. Liberty is at Syracuse at 8. And number 22, Fresno State will host UNLV at 10 o'clock. That is your Buck scoreboard. Brought to you by the Buccaneer Music Hall. It's your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates in Eastern North Carolina. They are open from noon until 2 a.m. with live music every night. And during football season, they have food trucks during the day. Follow the Buck on Facebook and Instagram for updated schedules. And we'll see you at the Buck. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
Da Buck, we are just 1 week away now. Next weekend will be the last of the MLB regular season. So huge series going on this weekend, including Padres Braves, the Red Sox and Yankees tonight at 7 o'clock. So we got baseball along with football, some big games coming up this weekend. We'll keep you up to date on what's going on tomorrow during the Bud Light pregame tailgate on our Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard. Shirley, we will see you tomorrow.
Yep.
Big Dog, same to you.
Yep.
We'll be here with you 2 o'clock on the Bud Light pregame tailgate. Thanks for tuning in to Pirate Radio Live. We'll talk to you Saturday. High School Huddle coming up next right here on Pirate Radio. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio.